春風で揺れる花手を振る君に見えた新しい街のこの寂しさいつかは思い出になるはずさ春風で揺れる花手を振る君に見えた新しい街のこの寂しさいつかは思い出になるはずさ
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are here for another wonderful Stormcast, and we have a great one today. today we have a great one. I am here, excuse me, with a lot of stuff in my throat. Phlegm, pause. Uh,
Slim.
phlegm.
Phrasing, for sure.
You're not the only one.
Had
The
to say it
seasons are
real quick.
changing, making things happen.
Oh man. I'm here with my great co-host Geronimo. Geronimo, how you doing, man?
Doing great, man. How you doing today, Sandstorm?
Oh, doing awesome, doing awesome. And we have a awesome guest star here. We have Zoo. Zoo, bro, thank you so much for coming through. We've been doing a lot of talking behind the scenes.
Oh yeah, man.
And so I wanted to get him on the podcast. He'll probably be on the podcast for quite a few times. But Zoo, how you doing today, man?
Hey, doing good. Yeah, everybody just call me Zoo. That's what most people call me. Although I go by many names, such as "Who the hell does he think he is?" So you can find me at Switch After Dark, and also on Twitter, up to all kinds of shenanigans, good and evil. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good times.
So, because this is going to be quite an awesome Stormcast, y'all are gonna see a few different things happen on the Stormcast. It's not gonna be the regular. We gotta do some updates, you know. First off, may I announce that we have a new mic. So I don't sound
Oh, it is new.
I don't sound as crazy.
yeah,
So
that sounds good.
let me try this again. We have my co-host Geronimo.
Oh, we got the echoes in the building. Oh, that's
Special
clean.
effects. That's how you know you've made it, man.
Yeah, exactly. Dang, I'm well overdue getting a new mic. Straight up, I'm just been rocking this one for a minute.
And then I can't leave you out, but we got Zoo.
I was gonna say, I just got a Yeti. It doesn't have any fancy effects. One day.
Wait a minute. You need a horn too. You need a horn.
There we go.
Hey, oh, we got the drops in. Oh yeah, it's about to be on and popping. Let's get it.
So, with that being said, I do have an announcement to make. There was, if you watched the Nintendo Byte podcast, today is Saturday. I'm thinking it's yesterday. Wow,
2
days are
days
going
ago.
by fast. Yeah. This past Wednesday,
crazy.
I had an announcement to make, and I got an announcement to make officially. Shout out to Jay Brooks, because the wonderful Miss Jay Brooks got engaged this past Saturday. Reasons why I was actually not in the building. Well,
All
actually,
right.
there was more than just that as reasons, but um, unbeknownst to her, that she would be engaged by the Mr. Sandstorm McDowell.
Hey.
Yeah. So yeah, so if I can, no link. Oh, Jack, you got no link? What? That's crazy.
No,
Oh,
big congrats though to her.
Yeah, congrats to both of y'all, man. That's awesome.
yeah, thank you.
Good job. Yeah, it's awesome.
Dang, I thought the link actually got sent. My bad, Jack. Jack is about to be in as well. That was my fault. So Jack is not late because he's
Really?
late. He was late because of me.
Ah.
Hey, at least you didn't mute your own audio, and so you can hear the guest, but they can't hear you for the first time. I've done that before.
So yeah, man. So shout outs to Jay Brooks. Oh, yo, if I can get a thumbs up from y'all. Yeah, just yeah. Oh, she says thank you. The man in the building. Action Jack!
I was like, man, he don't want me a part of the show tonight. I was like, okay, I guess.
Yeah, we were talking before. Yeah, I was like, oh, he's usually on point whenever he says he's gonna be on.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, as
What's
soon
going
as
on,
I
man?
get
What's going on, man?
as soon as I get like the thumbs up from Jack, I'm like, oh yeah, I know he's in. He's good. So yeah, so I mean, we set our highs, but Jack, how you doing today, man?
I'm good. Hey, I can't be as good as you, my brother. Congratulations
Oh, I
Right.
on the
appreciate that.
engagement.
I
You know
appreciate
me.
that.
Hey, look, I tell anybody it takes a lot of strength to run it back. You know what I mean?
Hey,
So
you know,
yeah, because this
Uh,
I'm on my second go around. So yeah, it's solid. So it take a lot to run it back, bro. So congratulations.
and
Yeah.
and you know, Jay Brooks, for some of y'all who don't know, but Jay Brooks is not only a looker, but she's held me down. She's definitely held me down. Heavy. I would tell y'all a secret, but I'm gonna leave that secret for another time. And it's not like no like nasty secret or nothing like that. Nothing crazy like that. But actually, just,
Deacon.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like more on the shout outs of how heavy she's held me down, but she's definitely held me down for that. But last but not least, because you know I have to do this, the original co-host in here, you know,
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
hey, this is family right here. You know, if for the one time, can I hit him with the veto? Hold on. Can I hit him with the veto one time?
Soundboard upgrades. Super good.
What up, Vito? How you doing, man?
What's up, man?
Good, I'm good. How everybody doing out there? Y'all hear me?
Good, bro. Yes, sir.
Living, man. Living.
Alright.
So now that we got everybody underway for this wonderful podcast, we are actually going to do the prayer first.
Mhm.
Stop the music. Father God, thank you for allowing us to be here. We appreciate you and love all the things that you have done for us. We thank you for this open space where we are openly and freely able to talk and just have fun. Hanging out with like people who love the things that we love to enjoy and talk about and are enthused about. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
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 All right. So back to the main conversation, the icebreaker, if you would. And it's going to be the usual. What have you been playing lately? We're going to start off. Actually, we're going to start off with Jack,
Okay.
and then we're going to go Zoo. Jack, what have you been playing lately, man?
Okay, so I'm gonna talk about the two that have been getting the little bit of time of my day, which is Relayer Definitive Edition. It was one of those things that I don't know. I had like a hankering for playing a mech type game.
Oh, okay.
So you know, Daemon X Machina this time around really hasn't done it until like I feel like they do some more updates and kind of get it a little bit more fleshed out. So I'll hold off on Daemon X Machina for right now.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize like all the Gundam games that were on the Switch already. And then some of the, I guess there's another game that's on there. I put it in one of my tweets and most people say it's a hidden gem. So I'll look up the name a little bit later on. But Relayer was another one that just dropped on the Switch too. And it's currently on discount for like $25, something like that. So think about Fire Emblem, but with mechs.
Okay.
So that's essentially how it is.
Okay.
So it's been pretty cool. There's some translation issues and some issues with the story aspect of it. So like for example, if you put it on auto mode for the conversation to go, they'll like cut off the conversation sometimes. But outside of that, the combat is solid. So I've been playing that, and then also I finally bit the bullet on discounting. I've had my name on it. I mean, had my eye on it for like a minute. It's been in my wish list, and I've been holding off. But I actually went and pulled the trigger on discounting. But if I can say what's been taking majority of my time, it has definitely been Legends EA. Like it's definitely been Legends out for sure. Like that has been like I've been having a lot of fun trying to figure out the battle system. Really doing the side missions. And then you know getting into those battle zones. And then I'm pretty sure we'll get into it, but there are so many things in this game that I think a lot of people overlook or take for granted within this game that makes it so seamless. And they're just those little things you'll never think of that would really make a difference in the game. But I mean, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. So I'm playing it right now as we're on this podcast. But yeah, that's what I've been playing, man.
Okay. As well, moderators, if you can throw this down in the comment section, what have you been playing lately? But Zoo, what have you been playing lately, man?
Well, I'm on the Mario arc right now.
Okay.
Reviewing
Okay.
reviewing the different Mario Universe games. I just first one I did was Captain Toad Treasure Tracker,
Okay.
Mm.
followed by Luigi's Mansion 3,
Okay.
and now
Okay.
we're on the other side of it with Princess Peach Showtime.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Now, what I will say about that game is it's not as bad as everybody says it is.
Okay.
It's definitely not, but I can see when people say, like, comparison to other great Mario Universe games, it's also not where we want to see it. I'm hoping that on whatever sequel happens, because it's probably gonna get a sequel, it's sold over 1 million copies. So
Right.
I'm sure next crack they get in it, maybe they can make it one a little bit harder, and two, kind of nail down what her actual gameplay identity would be.
Right.
And then,
Okay.
of course, there's also, just to get a little bit of a break from it, I had to, and that's Pokemon Legends Z.
There we go.
So, yeah, I kind of echo what he said as far as, the battle system is very fun,
Yeah.
and I'm sure we'll be talking a little bit more about that as the cast goes on.
Mhm.
I'll wait to hear it.
Yeah. All right. So, okay. So, Jay Big says, I beat Ghostbusters and Luigi's Mansion 3 in the
Nice.
past week. Yeah, Streets of Rage 4. Okay. Hunt Down.
Down. Yeah.
Hunt Down's awesome.
I got my eye on that one too. I played,
Yep.
I think, a demo of Hunt Down. Yeah.
I've heard really good things about Hunt Down. Yeah.
Wait, does it have a Switch demo?
No, it was a mobile demo. I think
Oh,
it was.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's good, though. It's really, really good.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out then. If I get more than one person to say that it's good on here, I'm gonna check it out. And then Tot K, as well as Chronos. Okay, that's
Okay.
a big list.
A lot of people
That's-
like Chrono, especially seeing as they've been giving it like the Star Wars Outlaw treatment to where they keep updating it and it looks better and runs better every time they update it. Yeah, I'm hearing good things. I won't be playing it, but yeah, definitely has been good things.
You know, I'm leaning towards it. We'll see. That's me and Just Brooks will talk about it. Thank you for the sharing the icebreaker, Brand Smith. Appreciate you. Moderators unite. Oh, and he said Galaxy One as well.
Oh, okay, yep.
RJ, our Royal Hustler. Okay. Says it was Trials in the Sky, first chapter. Okay, now Pokemon Legends DJ has taken over.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of that.
Yeah.
It's funny because when hopping in my hopping on the Switch too, you always get the number in the corner of like how many people are online,
Hmm.
and mine has not dropped from 9. So I'm like, all right, let me just see what everybody's playing. ZA.
Everybody wants to see what all the fuss is about.
It's
Yeah.
so funny because I think like every time a new like bigger game comes out, like everybody's on the same thing. You're like, oh, okay, well let me go ahead and hop into.
Yep.
Yeah, the FOMO setting for some people.
All right, Geronimo, what have you been playing lately, man?
Man, so it's funny. You'll never guess. I was playing Pokemon Violet this week.
Okay.
You're not the
Really?
only one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but so you want TJ and Zach been playing that too.
Oh, they
Yeah.
have?
You're running
Okay.
a Violet game, okay?
Yeah, because, I hadn't played it on on Switch 1. I got with the Switch 2 update, and I just been putting more time in it, really, since I beat Donkey Kong Bonanza, like, over 2 weeks ago. So, I got a good stride in it. I think where I left off, I did the Fairy Team Star place you have to run through, or whatever. I think I did out of order, because it was, like, they were really weak overall. But, I did, like, 3 out of the 5 of those. I did 6 out of the 8 of the gyms. And I did all of the Titans. So I got everything maxed out for my my was it Miraidon or whatever?
Yeah,
Lizard legendary?
Miraidon or Miraidon. You got
Yeah.
Violet, right?
Yeah, Violet. So I think it's
So you got Miraidon. Yeah.
Yeah, my neon motorcycle lizard guy. But yeah, it's been fun. Of course, as with everyone here, I imagine maybe someone in the chat. Pokemon Legends ZA came out, so I've been playing that a little bit. I have it like check. I have it running in the background right now.
Yeah.
Just running around before I start doing the side missions, and yeah, it's been pretty fun. You know what's funny? When I got it, so this is the first physical Switch 2 edition I've gotten for the Switch 2 so far. I put it in the Switch 1 first, and I played a little bit of the beginning parts of the Switch 1 version of the game,
Right.
just to really see how it is before I put it in the Switch 2 and never look at the Switch 1 version again. And it's decent for sure. I feel like if you don't have a Switch 1 or a Switch 2, or you don't know if you'll get one until maybe the holiday or something like that, I think you could probably get by playing the Switch 1 version. I didn't see any like crazy frame rate drops or visuals. Look kind of similar to how it does in Switch 2, just the textures are a little less quality overall. And of course 30 frames. But yeah, good first impression for the Switch 1 version. But yeah, I've been on Switch 2 version the whole time. And it's been good. I started with Totodile, and I have a Beedrill. Beedrill Pin Missile is very strong in this game.
Pin missile
does
is
work.
ridiculous.
It hits all the hits.
Goodness.
I can't believe it. It is actually really good. It's really good. But yeah, I don't have a set team yet. I'm just
Me
kind of
either.
going
It's so
through.
hard, bro.
Yeah, I literally
Yeah.
I just evolved the Vivillon, I think it's how you say,
Yeah.
the butterfly one, and I was like, cool, the Pokedex updated, and I put it in the box because next time I find something new, I'm gonna just catch it. I'm gonna play like how I did Legends Arceus. I'm gonna just keep rotating and keep like a good core until everyone's a good level.
Yeah.
And then go from there. But yeah, so far so good. The battle system is definitely interesting. I'm curious to see how more of the new moves translate to this system. But yeah, overall it's been fun. Tutorial's been holding my hand for quite a bit longer than I thought. But
Quite a bit
I
longer.
also remembered children will be playing this game as always.
Yeah.
So it's gotta be long in the tooth and all that. So, but I think I feel like once you get to the part where you can do side quests, I feel like that's when it opens up more.
Yeah.
So that's why I've just been kind of running around. But overall, yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, it's funny that I believe that's RJ.
Yeah.
But
It's
anyway,
RJ. Yeah.
that's what I thought. RJ said Beedrill is kind of OP in ZA. What's
Mhm.
funny is every time I use the pin missile move,
Mhm.
the first thing I think of is like when Yusuke came back, like after his training, and he learned the shotgun. But like you get up real close to somebody, and you like pin missile. Pop, 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 pop.
You know what though? It's about time Beedrill got his due. He's been.
I
so
agree.
Every
Yeah.
damn game.
I agree. I hope you can get its Mega Stone pretty easily because I always liked his Mega design.
Oh, yeah.
Beedrill's fighting, yeah.
Yeah, he got Mega in the 3rd gen remakes, I believe.
Yeah.
But I never really used it. But it's pretty cool. So yeah, yeah, I agree with you with RJ as well. He's been very strong. I might actually keep him on the team for as long as I can.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. Now I
Yeah.
know you're talking about Beedrill, and then Zoo After Dark. You said the same thing with the pin missile. What about Heracross?
I have not gotten here across.
Okay.
I haven't gotten
That's where my pin missile love came from because he's been carrying the
Oh,
team. For,
man.
for-
Sounds about right though.
Wait, he has pin missile. Okay,
Yeah.
dang.
Yeah.
I
And
might-
Heracross has
I mean-
the advantage of being a pretty decent Pokemon to begin with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's always been.
And he has a mega too, doesn't he?
I think so.
He
Yeah.
does. Yep. He gets.
So,
Yes,
uh,
he did. Yeah,
So what I'm kind of learning is almost every Pokemon that you really kind of catch in this game has already established. We'll talk about it in a minute. We'll talk about it in a minute.
Oh yeah, we will for sure. Yeah, but you're right.
Right.
It's already creeping in.
Yup. Yup.
Brand Smith said same as usual. Trials in the Sky and Reverse
Y'all can
1999.
make me pick that game up. man,
Reverse
'cause
1999.
I've never heard of Reverse 1999.
Yeah, neither have I. But
Oh,
Trials in the Sky, everybody's been
Yeah,
playing it like crazy.
Tapping on my door with that. I'm like, I'm gonna hold off.
Yeah.
Hold off.
Squared, what up, Squared? He said, y'all know what Pokemon I'm still playing? Finally able to evolve a Mega Rayquaza and got a couple shinies. That's
Okay.
what's up. I'm assuming
Wow.
that's Oris, right? Omega Red and Alpha
Yes.
Sapphire. Okay.
Yes.
Um, Hey, Ball. What up? What up? What up, Joe? Appreciate you coming through, man. He said, "Hey, y'all, playing Super Mario Galaxy, Resident Evil, and the Labyrinth of Galeria, the Moon Society." I haven't heard of that
deep
one.
cut, by the way. Good deep cut on that one.
He said it was great to see gamers line up for the new Pokemon.
Yeah.
Touches the narrative about who plays Nintendo systems.
Yeah, there's a line in my Best Buy bit too.
There was a line at mine as well.
Saw a lot of Switch 2s back there. both bundles.
Yeah.
They're coexisting. So
Yeah, I didn't even know they were doing a midnight release because I got mine digital. So I didn't even know they did midnight
okay.
release. So the fact that I heard people like, oh, I'm finna go line up right now. I'm like, oh, GameStop's actually doing one. It's like, yeah. So I'm like, okay, that was dope. I like that.
that's good. That's good.
Yeah, glad they're doing something besides being a Funko Pop and stuff.
I'm saying, man, when you walk in there and see the wall of Funko, you just be
It's
looking
crazy.
like this shouldn't be. This is the bad timeline for
Man,
GameStop.
yeah, it is. I just walked in one just for Pokemon ZA,
Mhm.
and it's a good thing I was buying that because most of the time I'll walk in there and it's just nothing but junk. It's like, yeah, don't bother me, junk man. I'm out.
Yeah. Yeah. The last GameStop, my last place I was living, it closed, and I looked, and when I walked in, I just looked at all the walls of non-gaming stuff, and I was like, yeah, no surprises, man.
Right.
Temu Hot Topic.
gotta-
Oof.
Yeah.
That's a good way
You
to
gotta
put it.
pick up. You gotta pick up a
T-shirt.
plushie and be like, "Is this a game?"
Does this come with a game?
Right.
Here's a used game we'll sell to you for free. I mean, for new.
Right. Because I've seen that a couple of times.
Mhm.
All right, Vito. What have you been playing lately?
All right, so I'm gonna start off with the obvious. Pokemon ZA.
Bet.
Just start messing around with that this morning actually. So still getting used to it. You know what I'm saying? The battle system is a lot different from the other ones.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I gotta figure out. Basically, I've been doing a lot of running around, like dodge, don't let it hit you. But I still get hit, so I'm like,
I appreciate how vicious it can get, though. I got chased by a
me
Talon
too.
Flame on the rooftops, and I was like,
Bro.
no!
I stay getting jumped, especially on the rooftop. The rooftop ain't no joke, man. You stay getting
Nah,
jumped.
man, there's a different place up there. Had to roll dodge off. I was like, no!
yeah, it's definitely it keep you on your toes. I think that was one of the things that people are highlighting, like as far as like the action in this, like you'll never get bored. Like you'll keep, just keep busy. So I'm excited about playing a little more and getting into it. But my main thing I've been playing, which I probably would play one little session before I go to bed, is Skate.
Oh, how was
Oh,
that? so
yeah,
far?
how you enjoying it?
Man, I'm out here, just
Skating.
I feel
Are you skating or
I'm
are
just-
you doing like Superman's flying through the air?
now honestly, I'm more of a realistic skater anyway.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I want to
Okay.
kind of, go on like sessions that's basically just straight up just realistic. But sometimes you got to do the stunts and stuff like that. So
Right.
I
Some
do
wild
some of the stunts. Flips and stuff like that, and fly and all this other. It's really just okay. What? How can I explain it? All right. So Tears of the Kingdom, right? When Link jumps off, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, right? From the sky. That's all you're doing. You're just pretty much just skydiving, pretty much. So it's really not flying, but it's more just gliding and getting somewhere. But it's definitely challenging. You know what I'm saying? I can see like how people can get like frustrated when it comes out the 5-star challenges, because they want you to do like at least 5 different things, 5 different tasks, along with doing it all in one sequence, like one go.
Okay.
And that is frustrating as heck. Like seeing, it's like, how can I pull that off? And then like the way they design like the actual run or whatever like that, it's like ain't no way and then you learn that you can like parkour, wall run, and all this other stuff. Then you're like, oh snap! Then you start, then your gear start going. Then next thing you know, you end up doing something they'll have you pass it. So it's definitely like it's fun. It's fun, but it'll have you like thinking like, okay, what do I need to do right here to get to this gap, to get over here. Then on top of that, you can drop like items that you need. You know what I'm saying? Like a rail or a ramp to help you. You know what I'm saying? Pull that trick off, or you know what I'm saying? Like get to that objective that they're telling you to get to. So it's definitely fun. Definitely fun.
Okay.
Like I said, that takes up my majority of my time. Like
You're actually you're the second person that I've seen playing that, because I don't know if you guys know, TMO6 is also playing that.
Yeah, I've seen him pop up a couple times. Yeah.
And he's playing that too. And so yeah, I've seen he's doing some wild shit in that game too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that it's back in form though, because I mean, not to compare them in any way, but you know, seeing that come back along with like Battlefield 6, those games that you thought would never come back, and that people actually had some type of love for and get a positive reception, is actually pretty cool. Like I said, granted, it threw me all the way off how they presented it and how they showcased the game, but yeah, I'm hearing nothing but great things about it for sure.
All right. So we got a couple more in. Let's see here. Man, they're moving. Okay. RJ said something to you, Jack. He said, Trials in the Sky is a fantastic game. It's actually difficult looking for a physical copy of the game.
Yeah, I think it was just a matter of bad timing, right? Because, you know, whenever it got introduced, it wasn't on my radar. Then Jay threw it on my radar. Then OJ threw it on my radar. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe I need to pay attention to it. Then it just started hitting kind of similar to Expedition 33. Like, everybody was like, yeah, you got to play this game.
Yes.
So...
Yeah.
So I looked into it, and then of course, you know, with anything, you know, there's gonna always be hiccups here and there, and apparently it just came up with a new update that just smoothed everything out on the Switch too. So I'm like, okay, this is a great time to come in, but Pokemon's here right now, so let me focus on that for right now.
Oh man.
And then I'll get back to it.
Anytime those guys put a game out, this is important for physical collectors like me. If you see anything from that particular game maker, the Trail series, they also do Eve. They're not a limited run publisher, but they're a small publisher.
Right.
Whatever they put out, when the stock's gone, it's gone for a long time.
Gotcha.
And so there will be reprints, but you want to look at like Video Games Plus, and then also be aware that typically there is an Asian release of Play Asia that does have English language.
Oh, okay.
That's true.
Good to know.
Okay. Let me see. RJ also said, I got jumped by those weasel Pokemon on the rooftop, like they just ganged up on me. You know, and it's funny because
They just hang up on me.
there's an area where you get the Litleos.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah,
I went to
man,
go,
look.
and they was like, I'm like, dang, and it's funny because they're all women, and I'm
Yeah.
like, wouldn't this be some stuff?
They are all, aren't they? You know what? I'm actually about to go back over there.
Like they jump on you.
Oh.
Yeah, get him, girl, get him. You know, they
Hey,
be
I'm
on
telling
one.
you, like I hear everybody is like, oh, you know, the alphas did this in Arceus. I'm like, this is a different ball game. Like
not
man.
I don't know, like the alphas would see me in Arceus and they'll attack, but I can run and be fine.
Mhm.
These jokers hawk you down. Like
Yeah.
they're not playing. Like literally, like I told Jay, somebody posted one with an alpha Pikachu that was on top of the roof because that's where everything go down. And so she sees the alpha Pikachu and she's like, nope, I'm not ready. So she jumps off the roof. Alpha Pikachu jumps after her and it comes for the. I was like,
See, I'm telling you, bro, they are on your bumper in this game, man. It's wild.
ridiculous.
I love it though. I love it.
Oh, yeah, I love it for sure.
Because Arceus had just a handful of mons that would kind of be aggro like that. This one, and given the urban environment and stuff, like you can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna just run over this field that way.
Right.
It's like everything's not like that one Paris that was aggro in Arceus when you first got out in the main world. This is just like, oh, you're on the rooftop. It's about to be a hard drop. If you don't get away from me, it's like, oh man.
All right. Exodia, shout outs to our newest and latest moderator, Exodia. Shout outs to Exodia. He
What
said,
up?
I've been playing ZA. It's literally the worst game ever made. Nintendo is evil and greedy.
There you go, Exodia.
But yeah,
Very
that's
You
him,
know
man. Yeah. And we should boycott as soon as possible.
as soon as possible.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but Nintendo murdered my second cousin and his mom.
Yep. Exactly.
And they forced me to buy Mario Kart World for $80.
90. 90.
90.
Alright,
90. Oh,
yeah.
man.
As I said, I looked up and my card was mysteriously already purchasing Mario Kart and a Switch 2. I don't know how that happened, but they got control of it.
Make sure you put Evil Mario and a Miyamoto that has nothing to do with this particular game.
Yep.
J Big said, yes, Nintendo is very greedy. How dare they sell Switch 2 with Mario Kart for $4.99? Let me see. Any more games? No? Okay, my turn. So, let's see. What have I been playing lately besides Pokemon ZA? I had to put it on pause real quick because it's hard for me to listen to music and think at the same time sometimes.
Right there with you.
So Diablo got choked in the throat as soon as Pokemon came out.
I'm about
so
to say,
that's
what
good.
does that even mean, sir?
Choked in the throat? Like they was
Put
playing
down.
games until it was like, you know, Pokemon came around and said, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I played very little of that. Besides Pokemon ZA, played a little bit of Cyberpunk, but I
Okay.
actually played on my Steam side this time
Okay.
because I was just like, more so I was curious. And my curiosity came in the form of, I don't have the DLC for Cyberpunk 2077 on my Steam side,
Oh, okay.
but the game comes with Phantom Liberty on the Switch 2 side.
Mhm.
Does that mean I get it for the Steam side? And
I get what you're saying. But I'm not sure.
Mm,
make
probably
sense.
not.
Steam
Really,
owes,
they're almost two entirely different games, from my understanding.
Yeah.
yeah,
Between Phantom Liberty and pre-Phantom Liberty, like it's almost a new perks, new game mechanic, everything. Like,
yeah. Steam very politely told me
Nah.
no.
Boy, you stupid.
Right. You purchased it for them? Oh, okay. We got one too. Nah, just because you got food from the McDonald's down the street don't mean you can return and then get some more food from the other one across the way. It don't work
They
like
do
that.
have a bundle though available.
Yeah, they do. Yep.
what do you mean? They're all one chain.
Right. I
Right.
paid for this. You see it. It's on my receipt.
The Ronald McDonald owns this one too, right?
Yeah. Keep telling yourself that. Yep. Like, dang, Ronald and all his cousins, all his twins.
Right.
So been playing that a lot. Still got to go back into Donkey Kong and finish that up. It's really hard, and I will say the same with Geronimo. What game were we? Xenoblade.
Yeah. Oh, Xenoblade X. Yes.
Yeah, it's so hard because when a new game comes out that you've been waiting for a very
Mhm.
long time, it's really hard to go back into the games that you've been like playing for a really long
Yeah.
time, and you like,
Yeah.
man, I really need to go back and play these games. So that one, I'm a try and focus a little bit more on. I'm not even gonna hold you up. No, I'm not, because it's October season now, and you know we've got like my similar to Vito. I got like certain like holiday games that I just want to be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you just got to tackle them holiday games you've been thinking about and getting into the
October,
mood for.
man. It's October.
Yeah, so they may have to take a back burner until like wintertime or something, but so definitely been playing plenty of Pokemon ZA. I do have a story for that, but that will come a little bit later. But that is everything that we have been playing lately. If you have a game that you have been playing lately, definitely put it down in the chat, and we will still shout it out. Jazzy said trying to catch alpha Pokemon in Legends ZA, no joke. Just saw alpha Magikarp, and you would think that would be one of the easiest.
Boy,
And
the
Alpha
videos
what?
of the scene of that has been
I've-
hilarious.
I haven't experienced that yet.
Alpha Magikarp. That
Yeah.
has been hilarious because I remember when I saw the first post, they was like, "Hey, if you find an Alpha Magikarp, do not run up on it." Everybody was
Not
like, "It's a
engaged.
Magikarp," and
Right.
sure enough, somebody posted the video, ran up on it, and it's just flopping around because they jump out the water on you. So
Yeah.
flopping around, and then next thing you know, hydro pump.
What? No way.
Blew
That's
you
crazy.
away.
Impossible.
I was like a hydro pump.
They can't learn that in the other games. I don't think they
Magikarp.
can.
This
Wow.
Magikarp said, I am the alpha for a reason.
I didn't just wake up like this, son.
Right.
I earned this.
I was born this way, boy.
Hey, look, I love these alphas, man. Because one thing I will say, it was funny enough. We just talked about Beedrill, and I found an alpha Kakuna just sitting in a tree, and I like the fact that I don't know when this changed, if it didn't change before this, but usually even if you catch a Pokemon that's past its evolution level, you have to level him up one more time for it to trigger. On this, it was like, no, he's ready to evolve now.
Yeah,
So now
they-
I got this big
Okay.
alpha Beedrill just right next to
Man,
me.
I'd love to have an alpha Beedrill. Just a huge bee slowly flying around.
just fat for no reason.
I have so many alphas, and it's by like happenstance because they posted like trade links on Twitter today, and I was like, okay, I need to get my Gengar and my Alakazam, and just so happened that when I traded my Hunter to get the Gengar, it was an Alpha Hunter, and now I got an Alpha
Oh.
Gengar, so now
Huge Gengar just floating around.
huge Gengar, looking crazy.
Nice.
That's one of the Pokemon I want. All right. So before we get into the main topic for today, we have to hit you guys with some breaking news.
Oh wow!
The production levels.
All right, the Sandstorm News Channel
Hey,
coming to you live.
clean.
Sandstorm McDowell. Coming to you.
You got to do like the spin turn where you're like breaking. news.
Right.
All right, you have the floor, Sandstorm. You have the floor.
You gonna make me pull out the Rex wig. Boy.
All right. So, with that being said, our breaking news today is that Nintendo has actually moved their sales prediction figures from a 20 million by March to a whopping 25
Bruh.
million.
They gotta be seeing something. Woo.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think so. Okay, I think my personal. I don't mean to jump in front of anybody that may have a thought on this. I really think they might be trying to get ahead of any unforeseen circumstances that would lead them to make a change in how they sell the Switch 2. So I think they're gonna just try and manufacture as many as possible and offload and just dump them worldwide in their major market. That's what I think.
Mhm.
Because it says, well, the report says, well, up to March next year, right?
Yep.
And we know probably most of their release schedule up to that point.
Yeah.
And the games that they announced, they will probably move some units for sure.
Mhm.
So that's kind of like, that was my first thought on it. I mean, we could get some brand new, like, oh yeah, Splatoon Raiders is out in the end of March, and it's like,
Right.
oh, that's it too, okay. But you know, that's my first thought on it though. Very
Okay.
bold. I love to see it though.
Okay. I love the increase on the numbers because I don't think you're wrong at all. You know, you
Yeah.
gotta try to get as many systems out there before any price increases show up. I think that was where Sony won out. You know, they were the last ones to do the price increases, at least on their end for the third time. But they could wait because they already had stock here in the Americas. So it didn't look like they were jumping the gun to make those price increases. So you get as many out there. You try to sell them as much as you can at this price point. You have the Pokemon bundle going right now. I think what the Mario Kart bundle ended this month.
I think so.
Well, I think we'll see over the coming weeks.
Yeah, I think because I know they were going to cut it off at some point and then kind of usher in this Pokemon one. And I don't know if they're going to continue doing that, like, you know, go to the next one and keep doing it that way. But with this increase, to me personally, you have to look at the landscape.
Yes.
Just what, like not even 2-3 months ago, they were kind of going neck and neck with Xbox as far as pricing, as well as PlayStation as far as the Switch 2 and the PS5 digital and the Xbox Series S was concerned. Now those systems done took off into a whole nother stratosphere with pricing. So now you're back the cheapest on the block again. So now you can say, you know what? Not only are we back cheaper, but we also got a chance to see this Xbox Ally and Ally X. I think we're good. Raise the numbers up. I think we're all right. Like, because now you got that price point of 1,000 over there. Because honestly, you're not going with the regular Ally for what most people want. So the Ally X is going to be what everybody's driving towards for $1,000. So yeah, I mean, I say run them up, and it's very rare, or I don't remember them ever setting a goal and not meeting it. So if they think it's 25, they seeing something, especially when we talk about Metroid dropping in December. We got Age of Imprisonment dropping in 3 weeks, which I'm like, Jesus,
First week of November.
Get off my wallet. Kirby Air Riders, I think we're gonna get that direct pretty soon, which I think is gonna pull like a Donkey Kong type ordeal.
Yeah, for sure.
Going into the next year, I mean, while people sleep on it, Rhythm Heaven and the Tomodachi Life games.
I'm day one Rhythm Heaven, man. I'm day one Rhythm Heaven.
If Tomodachi don't do Animal Crossing numbers, I'll be thoroughly surprised.
I think TikTok gonna get it there. I'm gonna just open the app, be like, search him and see what's happening.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tamagotchi's a monster. It shocked me now.
Yeah.
In terms of the Switch 2 increase, I guess my first question is, now, did they say that is their expectation is 25 million sold, or did they say they're increasing production to 25 million? Because those are two different things.
Right.
Increase of production.
Okay, just an increase in production. Okay. So the reason probably behind that is, number one, I agree with what everybody said here as far as landscape. Sony and Microsoft have absolutely shat the bed. So you might as well take it down. Unless you want to buy their $999 handheld that with a worse screen than the Lenovo Legion,
Yeah.
no exclusive
Yeah.
games, and a 2-hour battery life. I guess you might guess. You look pretty in terms of its competition as a hybrid handheld. It's the economist question compared to one. There is no comparison in terms
Right.
of Switch 2. The main competition Switch 2 will have is Switch 1.
There you
I
go.
think in Japan last week sold half of what Switch 2 had. So their own problem is going to be their biggest competitor and biggest problem is going to be their own fast hybrid, which is a great problem to have. Because they
Correct.
Now, the other thing you got to look at is, in terms of landscape, is the macroeconomic and geopolitical outlook, right?
Yes.
So we've got tariffs. We've got instability in various places and markets worldwide. We've got a lack of markets that consoles are really making any headway in. Like right now, you've got like Saudi Arabia and Turkey are two expanding markets. They're all PC. And there doesn't seem to be any way to penetrate that at this point, despite what some YouTubers will tell you and yell in general about it.
Right.
In general, I think the strategy here is an investor relation strategy in terms of whether some of it deserved, some of it not deserved. There's been a lot of negativity surrounding Nintendo over the launch of the Switch 2.
Mhm.
And investors do hear that. They hear that shit. And so they don't need a big win. They need a massive win.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so part of that is not being supply constrained. And actually doing this during the holiday is really smart because I've tried to tell people this all the time. Everything sells out during the holiday.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you think you have enough systems, you don't. It will sell out. Switch
Yeah.
1 will sell out during the holiday. Everything sells during the holiday. And so the more systems you have, the more chances you have to really pump that first financial year number into the stratosphere. And do it while you can, because everybody's running out of money post-holiday. That's when nobody has any money anymore. That's when we're going to start to see the stock stabilize, and then we'll start to see what the sales are outside of the launch hype and the holiday window, to where I've been telling people we can see what's really going on.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So I mean, listen, going from the 20 to the 25, I mean, you guys pretty much said it. They're expecting something. And I think I sometimes I just wish I'm like I could just be in some of the conversation pieces
Right.
of these different companies, like when they make decisions, like who in the board, who when they were all sitting around in the board meeting and somebody asked, well, how much are we selling this X Ally for? And they were like $999.99. Like, did they all look at each other and be like, that's a good
Yeah.
Right?
They not like us, man. Like, what is it?
It's just weird, you know what I mean? Like I wonder if somebody was like leaning over and was like, yo, if they say anything less than 1,000, I'm out. And they were like,
So part of it, I'll tell you, Sandstorm, part of it, my buddy V, she has a theory called whale capture theory. And her theory is that over the past 10 to 20 years, the economy, if you look at who is buying and who is spending, it's all upper class people.
Yeah.
Middle upper class, and it's upper class people. And that has gotten smaller and smaller, and wealth has gotten more and more concentrated up in those upper stratospheres.
yeah.
And so basically it used to be, and it's the strategy I favor. It's why I love the Wii. It's why I love the Nintendo Switch 1. It's why I still love it. Used to be the strategy is you try to make a mass market product to appeal to as many people as possible.
Yeah.
It seems like everybody, and that was actually my grumpiness with the Switch 2. I thought they were abandoning that expanded audience, and turns out, in compared to what? Not really.
They're not.
But basically, when you do the whale capture theory, you're basically saying we're not interested in the mass market because they don't have any money anymore. Now, I believe that's a mistake, and I believe they're going to pay for that dearly. But in the meantime, they're focused on selling to whales, the people that spend $5,000 on skins, the people that can drop $999 and not even blink at this.
Yeah,
You can do that, but that's called a red ocean. That's what I want to warn the gaming industry about. Where there's so much blood in the water over all the infighting and all the competition that nobody can actually make a head.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like Sony, Microsoft, and the PC cannibalization is headed towards. And my fear is that even the Switch 2 sort of overshoots the market. I don't know if it does, but it is more expensive than the Switch 1.
Yeah.
We'll see how the Switch 1 continues to do as time goes on compared to the Switch 2. But in this economy, even it could be an overshoot. But the good news is nowhere near as much of an overshoot as, again, compared to what. So.
Right.
It's interesting because I made this analogy. Well, this is actually a newer analogy, but made this analogy before. What my actual fears of Nintendo and the Switch 2 are is actually because we are fully into the law of diminishing returns. Is that everybody? So like everybody is in basically. I'm gonna hold these up. Everybody is basically in a traffic jam at this point. Like, boom, like PC, boom. This is the wall right here. Like, and then everybody else is like, boom, like right up into it. And it's like, okay, but up until this point, we've always had a word or something that we can really identify, like get across to the masses that this is new.
Yep.
But you have to actually show them something for them to believe that it's actually new, right? Hardware, just showing them new hardware now no longer works anymore.
Right.
It's all about the eye test now, right? So when you say when you say this is the wall and we figured out ray tracing, we figured out global illumination, we figured out all these things, and now we're just working on performance. This is the PC side. We're just working on better performance, and everybody else crashes into that wall and is like, well, we've got what's play? We've got PSR now. People are like, well, what does that do exactly?
Yeah.
Well, listen, we just it works better for us as like our version of DLSS, or hey, we've got boom, hey, we've got the PS5 Pro right now. This is the most strongest console. How does that look different from your PS5? Well, actually, it just runs things better, and it makes the ray tracing look a little bit better.
What's
And
ray
so-
tracing?
Right.
That yeah, that's a big one.
Well, don't make me get out the chart is what I I'm going to shoot it over to you, and maybe you can pop it up, Sandstorm.
Okay.
And
And
that way
so,
people can have a little bit of a visual aid on what I'm about to talk about, because this is called overshooting the market. This
Yeah.
is what every video game developer has done, basically.
Mhm.
And this is something that Satoru Iwata, in his brilliance, figured out 2 generations ago.
okay.
Yep.
2 generations ago, he said that we can't keep the game industry is not growth in the games industry is not actual growth.
Mhm.
Yep.
It's following positive macroeconomic trends such as population increase, gamers getting older, having more disposable income,
Yep.
console ownership, etc. But
Hopefully that's
What
big enough for you guys if you can't see it.
what happens when these macroeconomic trends go into reverse?
Yeah.
Well, then gaming enters a decline because that's how they were growing. So when
Yeah.
Iwata proposed back in the Wii generation, the revolution, he said, why don't we stop making high-spec, state-of-the-art, crazy graphical games for obsessive freaks known as hardcore gamers? Why don't we start making games for everybody that are maybe not as graphically and specced out, but are just as fun? And it made much sense to do that because, you can, normal people play games too, and they can buy all these normal people games instead of you going bankrupt trying to sell to the freaks.
Yeah.
But the games industry in 2006, they rejected that proposition. They said, no, we're going into HD full speed while the Wii was standard definition. And then what happened? 2009 rolled around, and 2008 rolled around, and we lost almost 250 development studios. in
Yep.
that time period because of the HD budgets, the first time HD budgets. Iwata's sitting there shaking his head. The Nintendo Switch, yeah, it took a hit, or not the Switch, but the Wii took a hit. But at the end of the day, the Wii was okay, whereas a lot of other studios were not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
chart shows it. So this is the chart that basically shows what happened. There is a certain point in graphics or specs that you're doing more than what the average customer can readily utilize or absorb.
Yep. Exactly.
That's what's happening in video games. We hit that 2 generations.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah.
And so now when you look at Nintendo, it's like, okay, so now they're here too. And so they've kind of run into, so the thing that I don't worry about as much, because we've already talked about this, is that I firmly believe out of the 3 companies, Nintendo, when it comes to gameplay, is probably the most innovative.
Yep.
Yeah.
So even if they did have the Switch 2, I think they would probably be like, okay, so what can we build next that has the Switch 2 power, but we're doing something completely different, completely revolutionary. Out of all the 3 companies, I believe that they're capable of actually coming up with something that would actually like be different, right?
Well, not only that, but yeah, again, they're still the cheapest game in town. So
Yep.
Yeah.
again, the joke is that a disruptive product is a crappy product, quote unquote, for a quote unquote crappy customer.
Yeah.
That's not saying that the actual product is crappy or the customer is crappy. What it's saying is that's from the industry. That's from the perspective of the industry.
Mhm.
So this is the money that the industry leaves on the table. We're not going to focus on those people because those are crappy gamers. That's a
Right.
crappy product that Nintendo is. Look, it can't even do HD. Well, that
Mhm.
crappy product for that quote unquote crappy customer kicked your ass. And the Switch
Yeah.
will too.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, I say all that to say, go Nintendo for moving to 25. Is 20 now? Question: is 25? Would that be the record for a year sale?
I have no idea.
Because
Um,
I thought the Switch originally had the record for most sales in the year, but I thought their projection was also
If they
like,
if they beat I think it's 16 million for Switch, so yeah, they would.
yeah, it was about that.
Yeah.
It might have been like 15.6 or 16 million.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why they were trying to beat it with their original projection.
yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
that's crazy.
Now,
That's
now keep in mind it doesn't. They didn't factor in. They didn't factor in population increase. They never do.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
In fact, there's been a population. You got to kind of nuance that though, because actually been a population decline in Japan. So the Switch
Yeah.
sales, the Switch 2 sales in Japan, it's actually more impressive than the Switch 1.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, because there's actually been a decline in the Japanese population.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Now in the
Yeah.
United States, there's been about a 5% increase, and we don't really have good United States numbers because we only have Circana, and they're kind of limited in what they share.
Right.
But so far, it seems like it's going pretty well here too. So even adjusted for pop, I feel like the Switch 2 is doing pretty well right now.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Even as someone who is skeptical in terms of long-term outlook of any video game consoles, it always shocks me when people say the Switch 2 had a bad first start. That just like, what reality are you living in?
Yeah. Just bad narratives being spread.
Right.
Now, one thing I also mentioned as well that severely gets overlooked, and that is how some of these systems can be obtained, right?
Mhm.
So we're accustomed, which I'll imagine, Zoo After Dark, you are on the same page in age as most of us here. And, we used to have to, pony up the cash to go get these consoles. Outside of that, you're borrowing or you either pick it up used, which of course the used console wouldn't count towards the maker's, expenses per se, or what their numbers, because that console was already purchased.
Second
But
hand, yeah.
exactly. So now we have Klarna, we have these different services that are willing to say, you know what, we'll give you the money and you just pay us back over time. And I've seen a lot of people go that route, to just kind of put it on credit, if you will. At one point in time, remember when I was with Verizon, they were heavy selling Xboxes. Like, that was where Xboxes were. Like, hey, come to Verizon, you want a phone? Oh, by the way, you also want that Xbox sitting over there as well. Like, you can pay your phone bill and also your Xbox off at the same time. So it's just like you have these other avenues that you can get into. When I was working at Best Buy for a short stint for a couple years ago, and I was on part-time, they were real serious about you selling that freaking credit card. Like, that was always the push. But one of the biggest things that they wanted most people to, or the most people they wanted you to focus on for those credit cards, were those that buying consoles and those buying PCs. And it was like, hey, this is a $4,000 PC that we already have pre-built. Put it on that credit card, and then you can get some percentage back later. So we've gotten heavily into this realm of credit that is so easily accessible. You don't have to really do much other than put your phone number into the app, and then they'll say, this is what you have for this particular store, and then go and pay whatever you feel like you want to pay for a monthly expense.
Oh, 100%. Now, I think credit's going to be here, and it's going to be a major factor in this generation, probably even the next generation.
Oh, yeah.
But keep in mind that there is a credit crunch that's starting to creep up on us.
Yeah.
So eventually, and that's not just a video game industry problem. That's a society problem.
Oh, for sure.
Are maxing out to the point where it can't be extended anymore. And I am sure that we're just going to extend more credit. I'm sure of that.
Yeah.
Because at this point, we can't. I mean, that's we're talking apocalyptic levels of issues, well beyond video gaming. If the credit runs dry.
For real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a problem that bigger fish than the games industry are going to have to figure out in the next couple of generations.
All right. So, any last words for this breaking news topic?
No, I hope they reach it, man. I mean, this has been an amazing console, and I think I'm out of that honeymoon phase. Because with any new console, I would say any big purchase, you want to love it. Like, you dropped $400 plus. You better love it, and you're going to try to validate every ounce of that purchase. But even with that being said, I think my kids have watched me purchase game after game and really just change my rotation. It's kind of like my own Pokemon rotation of I got 6 games that's just constant rotation, and I'll give like majority of them an hour of my time, but then there'll be that one that gets the rest.
Mhm.
But I love it, and I think Vito said the same thing. It kind of helps you not get bored of that particular game or get burnt out, because you have like another game you can jump to in the event that you're not, feeling that particular game, or if you're not feeling that particular genre. You just jump to it and it keeps everything fresh. So I love the idea of just having different games in rotation. And I'll be honest with you, majority of them are not Switch games. They are Switch 2 games that, either we knew were going to be fun, or ones that I just kind of took a shot on. And I'm definitely enjoying what I'm playing.
Okay. All right. Well, that is our breaking news.
There he is.
Brought to you by the Sandstorm Show. I'm gonna have to wait.
Who are you sponsored by?
Brought to you by the Sandstorm Show.
I need a sponsor. You need a sponsor.
Yeah, we need a sponsor. We definitely need a
Not to
sponsor.
think of joke sponsors until we get one.
Oh yeah, get like on the Grand Theft Auto level of like
Sponsored by Ammu-Nation.
Right.
Fucking Bill.
Rocket Bill, that's right.
Do you need some food? Do you want some food? Do you want some chicken? Come on over to Clucking Bell.
Yeah, that'll be fun. We got to think of those.
With that being said, we are here at our main topic, which is one thing that I know we've been all kind of
It's hard.
wanting to, just talk about it, and we can't, because Sandstorm said you gotta wait because that's the main topic. But we are here for the main topic now. It is that time. It's time for Pokemon Legends ZA.
Man, through the reverb on that?
Oh yeah. Wait. With the horn. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There we go.
Now we're talking.
All right. So, we've all had the opportunity to play a little bit of Legends ZA. Before we jump fully in it, I do have a small story to this moment. So the other day, Thursday. I talked to one of my coworkers at work about ZA, and I always forget that he actually has a Switch as well. And so I'm like, man, I'm just excited. I'm ready to get my hands on Pokemon ZA.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh yeah. He's like, my girlfriend actually is going tonight to grab it. And I was like, man, lucky. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get it after work tomorrow and try it out. And he was like, I was told explicitly to wait till Friday. And in my head, I'm like, dang, that sucks to be you.
Right.
So I grabbed the game Thursday, and sorry, it was Wednesday for this conversation. Thursday, the game came out. But I grabbed the game on Thursday, and as with every Switch game so far, which is really dope, no day one patch. So just pop it right in and play. And so I'm like, all right, cool. I'm playing and everything. I'm like, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and pick my Pokemon out. 15 minutes of playtime. I picked out my Pokemon and battled once, and then I had to do life.
Yep. That's how it worked.
And I didn't get to play again until yesterday, on Friday. So I had to walk in, and he was like, hey, how was the game? I was like, I'm just like you. I can't play the game until Saturday. So, with that being said, how has your guys' experience with Pokemon ZA been so far?
It's been fun.
I'll go first. Yeah, I'm about to go first.
No,
matter
I
who
just
went
wanted to
first.
break
Yeah.
the pause in between.
Hey man, stop cheating. How's he making out the zone? Okay, never mind. So yeah, no, it was one of the alphas. Somehow he used dig and got outside the zone, but he ran back immediately after he came up. But it was anyway. Like I said earlier, it's been very, very, very fun. The story in itself, I'm like whatever as far as the story is concerned. But when it comes down to how everything works, how everything is panning out, the battle system in itself, one thing I was a little confused on in the beginning was how to dodge the attacks. Because you remember that was the main thing they were talking about, like you can move out the way and kind of time everything properly. So what I learned is stop locking on, and then that way the Pokemon can run with you. But it's also indicative to their speed. So if you got this big clunky Pokemon, he's just not gonna move out the way. So you might as well just let him keep taking them hits and just just do his thing and just get his hits off. But I love that we have this kind of battle system because it's allowed me to escape a lot of attacks, and then it makes the game a little bit more difficult, especially when other Pokemon decide to get involved. You know, even if it's just one-on-one, and then out of nowhere, a Alpha Houndoom just decides he wants to show up and just wreck the whole party, it's possible.
Right.
So I like that. That's pretty dope. You know, just being able to traverse around Lumio City. The city looks nice. I don't care anything about the flat windows and not being able to enter every building when I can't do anything in those buildings anyway. I will say I have spent way too much money on clothes, like ridiculous amount of money on clothes. Like I heard people talking about it, but I'm like, whatever. I just get the fit that I want and I'm calling it a day. But they have different sections where clothes are, and so they have different clothes in those different sections. So I'm going and I'm like, ooh. And I like how they do the preview window, like a digital window, so that way you're not just going in and like, well, I don't want nothing in, and then have to come out with another load screen. You just kind of see up front, like, hey, these are the 3 main things we have here, and then you can go through and select and see the different color variants. I think I've got at least about 10, 20 different outfits at this point, and that's where majority of my money has went. I've done only one. No, actually, well, do those count? So I've done 1 mega battle for the missions per se, but I fought 2 or 3 different mega battles because if you go further in the game, there's people that you have to fight against that do like the mega evolutions. So it's very possible, of course, to have your regular Pokemon just murk the mega ones. So it was like, as much as they keep saying mega evolve, nah, they'll handle you, no big deal. Like it's pretty cool. So to see the comparison to Arceus as well, I see a lot of people say like they still like Arceus over this, and I guess it was more on the environmental side of it because you can go to like different locations. But when we talk about what Arceus started off and what this is doing is amped it up. So when we talk about the you know, being able to sneak around and catch certain Pokemon, that's amped up. Being able to start battles, like just jump somebody from behind, which is a lot more difficult than they kind of let on.
Yeah,
because they like to just peek around and look all the time.
Right. They'd be like,
yeah, they'd be like, man, I sent something real quick. like they real savvy. So I like the element of that amping up. You know, one thing that we liked about, or most people liked about Arceus, was you genuinely had to go and catch multiple Pokemon or the same Pokemon to try to complete certain missions or to build out that Pokédex, and it kind of gave you a reason to live the moniker. You know, gotta catch them all. You know, but with this one, they did the same thing, but they did it in a different way because now you're getting more rewards back for doing those certain things, like catching normal Pokemon, catching like 5 ghosts, and you know, evolving these Pokemon, doing a trade evolution. So there's still those tasks there that I think adds to it outside of like doing the side missions and all this other stuff that keeps you enticed instead of trying to run directly through the story. You know, I haven't jumped online, so I haven't done the whole 4-way battle royale thing. I've just been enjoying the game and trying to get my team together. I would say that has to be the hardest thing so far. Is like, who do I keep in the squad? Like,
We gonna for the multiplayer, we just gonna wait until all our Pokemon are strong
Yeah.
enough, and then we just gonna gang up on people. Sandstorm Squad, you know what I'm saying?
right.
Oh yeah.
Like no problem. Like, what you doing over here, cuz?
Yeah, I have no
oh,
urgency to hop online because I mean I saw some people trying to hurry up and they were like, it's not fair. I'm getting online and I'm fighting a bunch of megas. I'm like, well, why'd you jump online before you even got to that portion to get megas? But yeah, it's one of those games that when they showcased it, I was like, okay, this looks pretty cool. And being a big fan of Arceus was always huge for me. The only thing that they don't have in this that was in Arceus were the fighting style changes, which I wasn't quite sure where they would have gone with that anyway. But you know, being able to do everything else that was within that game has been amazing. You know, the battle zone stuff. I think I wasn't quite sure what to think of the battle zones because they didn't really tell you much other than, hey, when it turns nighttime, you finna go in here and fight a bunch of people. But you know, you got to do those battle zone night fights for you to get the tickets for you to do your promotion battle. But within those battle zone fights, there are like tickets and medals that you collect. And so let's say, for example, you collect this card that says you'll get 200 points and 200 coins or medals if you use a fire attack on a Pokemon. And so you'll complete that. Or here's a a big one to where you'll get 400 if you one shot somebody by sneaking up on them. So like you'll see, let's say a water Pokemon, and you like, oh, I got a grass Pokemon, I'm gonna sneak up, do that one attack, bam, knocked them out in one hit. You check that off and it gives you those points. So I like how they handled that system. And even when you reach the max in tickets, you can keep fighting, so that way you can have a multiplier for your medals to get more money. So it's pretty cool of how they kind of fleshed that out. Like I said, I'm only like 13-15 hours in right now because I've been spending a lot of my time on the missions, the side missions, and then also just trying to catch Pokemon and trying to master these WoW zones, because if you catch all the Pokemon that appear in these certain WoW zones, then they'll put like a crown on top of it, so that way you know, like, hey, I caught every Pokemon that comes in this WoW zone. But yeah, man, I mean, I've enjoyed it. One of the sleeper things that they've added that I really appreciate, next to every Poke Center is a dude that collects every ball that you throw that you don't catch. And I was like,
an amazing quality of life change. And I saw that dude, I was like, this is amazing.
I was like, you do what? He was like, yeah, if you throw them and I'll go back and I'll pick them up and I'll give them back to you. Word.
I
All right, cool.
I was always wondering that. Do you just like, they just like ping and then they just no good no more?
Right.
Like, so it's just a selection of Pokeballs just everywhere,
Just
open?
don't work. Just open. Just littered all over the world. But yeah, I enjoy it, man. They have, like, you know, the different obstacles here and there. I will say, if I have to nitpick on anything, it would have to be these how can I say it? They have these like construction zone sites, and I don't know if you get like a jump later on in the game or what, but trying to walk across these like skinny sticks and rails, it don't feel like this game was meant for that. But but that's how you have to get certain Pokeballs or certain items that you see laying around. They're cool, but I don't really see the purpose of them other than saying like this city's under construction.
Right.
I
But
think that's all it is for.
but I mean, they have items on top of them, so it's like if I see one and I'm like, okay, well, how do I get across there? I don't have a jump button. I can't send a Pokemon over there to get it. So how do I retrieve that? So I'm assuming there will be a jump somewhere in the game, and I feel like I've seen that in the trailer or something to where you're able to jump across.
I feel like it was in a trailer somewhere.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Where you like kind of do like the glide thing with the
Right,
phone or whatever.
with the phone, because
yeah,
the only time I've seen that is like when you close to hitting the ground.
Right.
And then they pull out the phone at the very last minute. I was like, boy, any second later, your legs is done. But yeah, I've been having a blast on this game, man. I'm not trying to rush through it. That's the same thing I did with Arceus. Like Arceus, I was in that first level for hours trying to catch everything. I am in no rush to finish this game. So, you know, the only thing that can really get me off of this, I would say, is probably Age of Imprisonment. But even then, it's just getting thrown in a rotation. Now I'll still be playing this because I still got to finish Galaxy 2. also. But this right here has really been taking majority of my time. And anybody that really likes Pokemon, or even just want to see something different, please stay off of social media. Like, just try the game. I get it. Yes, it's $70, but for the Switch 2 and then 60 for the Switch version. But give it a shot. Like, just give it a try, and see if you like it. Because anybody that's telling you otherwise, they're not making any other recommendations of games they played, because they keep saying Digimon, but then ain't played Digimon. So there's a lot of Mon games out there that you could play, but they're not making those recommendations because they hadn't played them. Because I can make the recommendation for Kurokumon, because that's a really good game. I have not played Digimon. I wish I could play Digimon, but I don't own anything to play it other than my PC. I could try it on my Steam Deck, but I'm not spending $60 on that right now. But yeah. So with that being said, I enjoyed the game, and if you trust my words, please try it out.
All right. Vito, I'll give you the spotlight. How you been feeling so far from what you've been playing?
I'm not far in there.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Dude, what's your like initial, like when you jumped in?
Oh, really?
Because I dare say you can at least make the comparison to like between like Legends Arceus, at least from a visual perspective, between that and like this one.
Man, chill
I
out.
ain't on Switch 2 either, so.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the other thing. I don't have a Switch 2 yet, so that's why I'm like, don't do mine yet.
Damn.
Okay, fair enough. Then Zoo, what about you, man? How you been enjoying or not enjoying it?
So, you know, when I went and bought the game, I guess my first little story is I stood there for about 15 minutes in agony trying to figure out which version to get. On one hand, there's the Switch 1 version with its crisp, clean box art.
Yeah.
You can actually see the inlay art because they don't have this hazy, crappy Red Dawn box crap blocking it. On the other hand, and there's no wall of text polluting the front of the box.
Right.
On the other hand, for $10 more, there's the Switch 2 version. Has all the updates. Don't have to download it.
Yep.
What's a physical person to do? So I naturally bought the Switch 2 version, just because it's all there on the card.
Yeah.
So with the third spaces, what do I like about it? I really love how it differentiates itself and kind of sets itself apart from Legends. Legends was all about exploring the world to me and capturing.
Yeah.
This game is all about battling. You know, like, to me, it's almost in like the Pokemon Coliseum or Pokemon Stadium vein in a way to me, which I really like that about it. I love the verticality. Verticality is really, really cool so far. And I'm enjoying exploring Lumio City. Anybody who says the world building is bad, we're going to have a talk about that.
Yeah.
You're not doing side quests.
The world is literally building before our eyes.
Yeah, number one, we're in the city during a construction period. Number two, the side quests give all kinds of little details about the things going on around the city. There's a lot of lore there, actually. So I really like that aspect of it. Now, stuff I'm not super thrilled on is the fact that I want to know. Here's this Pokemon story I want, guys. I need to know what kind of interdimensional catastrophe happened that removed all the interiors from these damn cities. There were no interiors in this city. There were no interiors in Scarlet Violet.
Yeah.
What is happening here? Like, where are my interiors going? I understand that most of the interiors look the same in the others, but being able to go in more places than just a few select places, like even the Pokemon centers are outside in like some of these games.
Yeah, which is
they switched
right?
to that, yeah.
So I don't know if like a Mr. Mime or like a Alakazam went rogue and like just cadavered the interiors away. I don't know. But that's always been kind of weird to me ever since Scarlet Violet. It's like, where the hell did all the interior spaces go?
Yeah.
The other thing I'll say is that some of the wild zones are pretty small, and so you end up just getting ganked by a bunch of Pokemon that
You get
aggro.
jumped.
and it's nearly impossible in some of these smaller zones to get a 1v1. It feels like to me,
Yeah.
which might be part of the game's design. One final observation is I absolutely love how this city is a city of savages that thinks they're civilized. I think that's a bunch of savages, man. All at day, it's all about the food and the coffee and the culture, and at night, the knives come out on these guys, man.
Right.
They're crazy as hell.
It's like Purge Day or
No
something.
chill.
It really is. Like, this is a city of savages that thinks they're civilized. I rather like it.
Okay. All right, Geronimo, how you feeling so far?
Yeah, man. So again, I'm enjoying the gameplay. A good bit of it. I have not really touched the side quests just yet. I can do the first 3 that they give out, but I haven't done them yet. I've really just been running around, and really now, as well as last night and yesterday, I was playing. And yeah, it's I'm finding more Pokemon that just aren't in the wild zones, which is cool. Because that was kind of one thing I was thinking about when they were promoting the game originally. I was kind of thinking like, oh, are they really mostly just going to be in those areas? But like, I literally climbed up some buildings, looked into like this strange triangle-shaped alley in between like 3 of them, and there's Neckens, and I was like, oh, all right, I'm gonna get Neckens now.
Yep.
And stuff like that. So I saw Riolu on a rooftop as well. Homie is right there standing next to me looking at my character. Yeah, so overall, so one thing I will say is probably the most intriguing, I think I've been telling everybody this, that, you know, just playing the game, is really seeing how they translate the moves from turn-based to real-time. And the things I've noticed so far, out in addition to what you all have said, you know, just so far tonight, physical moves, when you target the Pokemon, as long as you're within that range, they're gonna kind of auto-target and just hit them on impact, as it should be physical. Now, special moves, I noticed for a lot of those, they're either a projectile that you have to time right,
Yep.
or the Pokemon will either move out the way, or like, you know, you miss out on it, then, you know, you just gotta wait for that cooldown to finish up the recharge. The field moves are interesting too. I mean, they're literally, as they suggest, they're field moves, like Electro Bear. I taught my Ariados stat. You can throw it down, and in the area, not only will it do electric damage or super effective if they're like a water type or flying type, or a water type specifically, but it can also slow them down as well. Remember when using fighting against the Litleos, they use Roar. Now in the game, since it's turn-based, when they do Roar, they send you away, and then that's that. In this, they literally send you just back a good distance. And I saw that, and I was like, oh, that's intriguing. Because spacing and like being able to get back in there with your Pokemon, I can see being very important as you go along. And this is, again, me not doing any of the big boss battles or anything like that. Just little things here and there. Moving about the city has been pretty good overall. I'm waiting for that next ability where you can kind of do the float thing that you know, Jack, you were mentioning earlier, so I can kind of traverse some of the buildings a bit quicker, you know, without having to go down and climb up and then up again. I did have a minor like Zelda Breath of the Wild moment, in fact, not even like the shot that everyone that makes open world game does now, but more so when I was on the rooftops, I realized my character can like look up and climb higher, and I was like, wait, what? I'm used to playing Pokemon Red Blue. You just hop down a ledge and that's that.
Right.
So that was pretty cool to experience too. Visually, kind of touched on Switch 1 version earlier tonight, but Switch 2 wise, textures look pretty good for what they're going for. We know about how they do the walls, and I guess for those of us that's seen the leaks that came out of this game, it's clear. I believe they did it mostly due to Switch performance and I guess the engine and things like that. Because in an early version of this game, there are some pictures of the buildings and they were fully modeled with like the windows, the guard railings, so on and so forth. That doesn't really bother me so much, really. It's just it's more like it is what it is type situation. But other than that, what they're going for aesthetically, I think it's fine. It's about on par with what they achieved with Pokemon XY on the 3DS 12 years ago. So it's very familiar. And I do have a nitpick, and it's more so like they didn't have to remove it, even though you may not need it as much in this one, since we're not fully focus on catching everything your eye can see in like an open environment.
Mhm.
But you can't use motion controls when catching anymore. You could do that.
Oh,
in, like,
yeah, right.
Yeah.
yeah, and I saw that, and I did. Yeah, so it wasn't like, oh man, this game is a 0 out of 10. Suddenly, I'm not that extreme of my reactions and stuff, but it was more like, oh, that's a bit odd. I mean, and then I was playing the game, and I was like, well, I guess you don't really need it, because when you go through these areas, they're so enclosed so far
Mhm.
that you don't necessarily need to have the accuracy of motion control catching to really do that.
I would counter that though. I would
You
counter that. I would counter that solely because there are times similar to what Zoo After Dark said.
Mhm.
You have so many Pokemon around you in these small areas that
Yeah.
you would accidentally catch the wrong Pokemon.
That's
And
true.
so
Right.
so earlier I was in an alley and randomly ran into 2 Ghastlies and a Hunter.
Oh, you got ganged up on, huh?
But they didn't
Man,
see
the
me.
ghost.
So I was like, all right, bet I can get me a Hunter, because I already had a Ghastly, and I was like, he's not in the rotation, so he's not going to evolve anytime soon. So let me get this Hunter so I can do the trade and get my Gengar. So I snuck up. One of the Ghastly sees me. So I'm like, all right, cool. Let me go ahead and wax him real quick. So I threw my Pokemon in there, knocked him out. But then as I go to the Hunter, I put the stars around him because I did a 1-hit that would knock
Okay.
him out. And that's timed. Like, you only have a short window to catch them if they're dazed out.
Yes.
So as soon as I threw the Pokeball, the other Ghastly jumped in the way and I caught him, and then the Hunter went away.
Oh,
And so
okay.
I was
okay.
like,
Fair enough.
geez. So had I been able to aim it, because one thing I will add on to that, I don't like that I have to switch on the D-pad for my Pokeballs. That crap has been annoying.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
that's,
yeah.
yeah, that's been something I'm kind of like about. I'm probably going to program on the 8-bit Dell controller. Like,
Yeah, me too.
As either the shoulder buttons or the back buttons, that's going to be my left or right on the D-pad. So I'm
Mhm.
probably going to program that like tonight. So for sure. So yeah, that's a fair point for that. I'm not really against them adding gyro. It was more like I think I see why they thought that would be okay, but I do
Mhm.
think that should be patched in, for sure. But
I mean,
yeah,
why not?
yeah, like there's really no reason not to have it. It was just more like that's a bit of a question mark type of
Mhm.
decision. But yeah, I'm still kind of early on overall. I kind of touched on earlier, tutorial kind of holds your hand a bit heavy, a bit
Yeah.
more for my taste. But again, all ages are playing this game.
Right.
Some learn at different paces, etc. But overall, yeah, it's been fun so far. I guess for anyone that's getting the game, of course, as well, or just kind of take your time with it. I'm probably like the slowest right now as far as it for the most part. That I would say, don't just immediately gravitate to your favorites and the moves are gonna do great. This is
Yeah.
a new type of Pokemon battling experience. I would say experimentation is going to be the spice of this game as
Yeah.
far as like moves. We don't have abilities no more, so you don't have to think about like oh, I gotta get the Talonflame because its ability makes like
Yeah.
its flying move super strong.
Mhm.
Or I gotta get electric, I gotta get a Mareep with like static, so if they hit me, I can paralyze them or whatever. I don't think you have to think about that.
Yeah.
I would say just experiment with it a bit more. Hopefully, when I get to the Mega Evolutions, I don't really know this is how it's gonna work or not, but hopefully, I guess when you build your meter for each one,
Mhm.
you can during the battle like Mega Evolve one, and then let's say it runs out after X amount of time. Then your next Pokemon that can be Mega Evolved is holding its Mega Stone. That can be Mega Evolved and continue fighting like that. I really hope that is the case in this. It will keep the pace really good.
Yeah.
That's just a one, really. That's not really
Okay.
impressions or anything. But overall, yeah, man, it's pretty good. I don't regret copping the game day one or anything. I haven't really dripped out my character yet, though. I just gave him
Man.
the braids tied up with the back.
Yeah.
And I got in the colors are like black with like highlights of green, so I got like a mix of
Oh,
black
okay.
and green going. So that
Okay.
looks kinda-
Okay.
that looks
Got the
kinda
Zy
clean.
look. Got the Zy look.
There you go.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I didn't know you could do that with the customization, so that's pretty cool. I'm gonna probably explore the city more and find some more boutiques that are like more for my character. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just ready to just delve into it more, man.
All right. So as for me, kind of like Geronimo said, and this is actually probably one of the most interesting things that I've found about the game so far, is how they've made even like some of your starting moves like still useful in ways. And so like my Totodile, who has not evolved yet, just so you all know, he's getting there. He's getting there. He's moving. All right.
I just evolved it, so yeah, I feel
he-
it.
One of the first attacks that you get is water gun. And after a while you will get bubble beam, but naturally in like the regular Pokemon game you normally go with bubble beam because it also has an effect, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
As well, it's like the stronger move, but in this game water gun is like the faster like hitting
Yep.
attack, where bubble beam kind of just like juts out in a shotgun type of way, and so like it makes it harder to use because you have to get up on the other Pokemon.
Yep.
So it's interesting how they utilize that, and like we said earlier with Beedrill, and the whole pin missile, just like getting up and hitting that pat 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 like right on them where they can't run
Yeah.
away from that one. It's really cool how they've actually like given us a real visual of how these moves are, and I hope this like translates into the future, to be honest with you. Like future Legends games of you not having PP but instead having these cooldowns and stuff like that for these kind of attacks, because it definitely changes up the gameplay pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Like Geronimo said, like the traps and stuff, the setup traps, like
Yes.
I already had in my head like somebody's gonna be knowing stealth rock. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna have be
Oh,
I'm be putting
man.
traps all over the place.
That's gonna go
Ninja
crazy
style, you know what I'm
online.
saying? Flink, 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 flink.
Yeah, it's got to be, because I've
gonna go
already
crazy.
experienced in some fights. I didn't realize they were going to stay on the ground.
Yeah.
So even like stuff like Whirlpool, like it's just spinning, and if you walk in it, you'll get hurt too. So you got to stay away from it. So it's
Yep.
interesting.
So it's really cool to see how they've like kind of made pretty much like every move actually useful for you, besides Splash, of course. But
Splash is hilarious looking though. Just big flop. And it's
Right.
Like, all right then.
I'm like, can it at least like be in the function of a tail whip or something?
Okay.
Like,
Right.
you know. But yeah, it's really cool to see that. So I will say this, and I'm gonna stand on this hill. I don't care if I'm standing on this hill by myself. I'm going to honestly say, from a visual perspective, not like textural or anything like that, I will honestly say, coming from the Switch 2 side, this is probably the best like looking Pokemon, if you will. And I'm not talking about like art style or anything like that, but like it's kind of clean.
It
Like
looks good.
It
Yes.
does look clean.
Yeah.
I think I would agree with you there. Yeah.
I just think, like as far as like the graphical prowess and stuff like that, could they have done more? Absolutely. Could the trees have looked better? Yes. Could the buildings and stuff like that look better if it wasn't a Switch 1 and Switch 2 title? Absolutely. But I think just like from seeing it like right at the starting, I'm like, oh, okay, this is a little clean. Y'all got the pixels doing the pixel things, and like so from that perspective, I do like it. I do like the art style that they went with instead of going back to Arceus and using the water paint style.
Mhm.
I think this really pushes the kind of futuristic style that they were kind of looking for anyway with ZA.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Story wise so far, it's a story.
Yeah, I don't
yeah.
never get into them either.
I
So
Yeah.
kind of forgot to mention the story. So.
Yeah, it's a story. It's a story.
you figuring out Mega Evolutions. That's it.
It's-
Right.
With
Yeah.
Pokemon, it's always more about world building than the actual
Yeah.
narrative.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I know there was plenty of other gripes I feel like that came around with this game.
Mhm.
About going different places. I think that was the biggest
Yeah.
thing that we were
Mhm.
talking about past Wednesday, was like, oh, we don't get to go out into the forest, or we don't get to go out into caves and all this other stuff. That to me personally, I feel like that's like playing Pokemon dungeon mystery and being like, well, how come I don't get to catch any of these Pokemon after I've been playing with them? That's not part of the game. like
It's
I
not
get,
what they were going for.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like
They're kind
this
of going for like a
whole-
Yakuza Light type of experience.
yeah, like this whole story is wrapped around the actual city itself. So to be
Right.
like, this is Pokemon ZA, but you get to go all over the world and not really focus on the actual city that the whole story is being plotted around doesn't really make sense. right?
If that's your game, if that's the kind of game you want, they made that game for you. It's called Legends Arceus.
There you
Right,
go.
right,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
right.
Now, one thing I will say, and I'm so as many missteps as there's been. I do love how I won't call it ambitious because it's Game Freak, but I'll say I don't want to put this innovative.
Vacuum.
They've been.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Scarlet Violet gave us an open world. With
Mhm.
Legends Arceus, they kind of focused on other things outside of your traditional battling and collect them all with Pokédex
Mhm.
and all that other stuff. And with this, they're focused on giving us like a real, genuine, different battle system.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I'm here to tell everybody, one of these days they're going to put all these things together. And
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, that's
been-
not this game, but this game is plenty fun.
We've been talking about it for a minute. And like I definitely hope that's something that's going to happen where you can actually control and not in a Pokken type way. We talked about it a billion times. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna go over it again. I think that would be like a really cool step, is like to play as the Pokemon and kind of utilize the moves how they're doing them now, but like they actually affect the terrain and all that. Basically giving us the Pokemon TV show version of Pokemon, right? So
Yeah.
but with that being said, yeah, I definitely agree. The innovation in here is crazy. I never noticed until you said something, Zoo, about the like where's our interior places, and even the Pokemon Center is outside. So I'm
Oh,
thinking
they got to give us our interiors back.
I do miss them too.
like, wait a
I do
minute,
miss them too.
the
See,
Pokemon Center is outside.
See, I didn't necessarily care because, like, even with the interiors that we have here, at least you're doing something. Like,
Yes.
I've always loved that
Yeah.
because I've seen to where we all experienced it. You play those games,
Oh.
you can go in your house, you can go into your rival's house, and I'm like, sometimes you find a Pokeball in there, sometimes you don't.
Most of the time it's empty.
Yeah, it's empty, and it's just like somebody sitting in a chair, like, I love Clefairy. Cool.
Yeah, I know, right? Just like,
Sure.
all right, man.
Whatever. And I always felt weird, like, why are you just busting in people's houses? But it's like, but no, I understand. Like, everybody has their thing because,
Like, that guy could be outside talking about his love.
exactly. Because, like, even there's people that really, really wish there was voice acting, and I'm like, sure. I don't know if it changes the game for me, but I mean, if you want voice acting, that's cool. I don't think that's the reason to dog the game, but I mean, it'd be cool. I don't foresee them doing it anytime soon.
Yeah.
But at the same time, too, as much as I feel like some of Game Freak getting bashed on is warranted, I will give them this one piece of grace. This is what they're, and I don't count Let's Go. I count what Sword and Shield, which is technically one game, Scarlet and Violet, and then we have Arceus, and then now this game.
Yeah.
This is like their fourth game in the 3D space.
Yeah. They
So
make very incremental changes.
right, and it seems like they're trying to find their, and I hate to use this phrase, but everybody knows what it is. They're trying to find their Breath of the Wild moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, what can make us transcend past the 2D handheld Pokemon? Of course, there can be little things of like, hey, can we get away from the digitized sounds of the Pokemon? That'd be great. But but there can be different changes because I won't be one to say like, oh, they're not trying something new darn near every game. Like, we're getting something different every game.
They are being innovative.
They're trying. They're
They
taking
definitely are trying.
they're taking stabs at stuff. So I don't know what Gen 10 is going to be based off those leaks. If what's in there is true, fantastic. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
that's
Very ambitious.
that's a new engine. You got things that are going to be, automated at some points of like recycling islands. Like, that's fantastic if that happens. I want to see it. But it's one of those things of, even if you do this, how does it change Pokemon? And I'm not one that plays every Pokemon game, so I can never fix my mouth to say, "Oh, Pokemon is stale." I always have fun. Like, I stayed away from Scarlet and Violet because of how it ran on the Switch 1, but then, like I said on the show, when Switch 2 came out and I tried it, I was like, ooh, I might have got hooked.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not like this super beautiful game by any means. Like, it's just the gameplay is fun.
It is fun.
They figured that out. And most games still have not figured it out. It can be the most beautiful game on the planet, and they have not figured out gameplay yet.
Yep.
So that's one thing I will give to them. So whenever they do, like Zoo said, when they figure out how to just put all of this in one big crock pot and just cook it all at the same time, that's going to be amazing. But I think they're going to take their time, and once this new engine pops off with Gen 10, I think that's when we'll start seeing what Game Freak can do. Because I don't want to believe that Game Freak are just these, hey, I'm a fly by my pants type developers, right? As much love and care as they put into those 2D games, I think they care enough about Pokemon to do something with it, even to the point to where I think at some point they were mentioning, like, they can't come up with a Pokemon idea unless they have like a full backstory for that Pokemon. Like, it has to be fleshed out and it has to make sense. So I would like to say, like, yeah, I think you would put a little bit more care in your game, and I don't think they have a bunch of novice developers over there. I honestly think they just kind of been phoning in some of these games in preparation for this new engine. 'Cause let's be honest, most developers don't use their own engine. They just go run to Unreal or run to any other engine that's available to the masses.
Well, and we've got to remember too that it's not just the video game segment attached.
That too, yeah.
There is the world's largest anything attached to this.
Exactly.
The games drive cards, they drive plushies, they drive they drive so much merchandise, and so there's always that added pressure that, hey, not only do you have to get a Pokemon game out every year or so, we'd like to see, but every 2 or 3 years you've got to produce more new Pokemon.
Yeah.
And without those new Pokemon, you don't have new merchandise.
There you go.
Yeah.
There's that added area, but yeah, the games are always fun. And like you said, like, a lot of people haven't figured this out. I always joke with, like, I've got a Sony fan I joke with. I'm like, yeah, you're popcorn ass games. and it's just like, nobody cares. Your game could be the most graphically specced out game in the world. And if it's a pair trying to get up a set of stairs, nobody's going to have fun doing it.
Yeah.
Pulling the pair up.
Facts.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean,
People
just
care
add,
about Pokemon because of the heart put in it.
right. And to add on to that, this isn't the only game they have. So it's not like, okay, well, we dropped Gen 9. Now we're quiet until Gen 10. They still have the mobile games running. They still have like the like the MMO games running, like with Pokemon Unite. Like, so they're constantly going. And the cards, the anime, the mangas, like they constantly keep
A lot of different
going.
ways to engage in Pokemon.
Yes, like it's a forever revolving door with Pokemon, and they cannot afford to take a break. And I've always been the one to say there's no reason for us to be on Gen 10. I don't think they need to do a new generation every time around. I think when we got to the 1,000 marker, chill out. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even know.
The reason why there's 3 companies involved in this.
Right. Like I used to be able to. I used to look at a Pokemon and I'm like, oh, I know what type you are. Now I look at them, I'm like, I'm way off. Like,
You definitely got to be Steel Fairy. What?
not at all. So sometimes I feel like it's gotten like way too big in that nature of it, to where there's way too many Pokemon. You know, and even when we talk about the Pokédex and people are like, oh, well, why are not all my Pokemon here? You can only battle with 6. Like, you don't need all 1,000 in here. But I get it.
The crazy thing is, like, probably 100 of them at this point are these legendaries that.
Yeah.
And this might be a hot take, but I didn't get into Pokemon. I got into Pokemon. They're called Pocket Monsters.
Yep.
I didn't get into Pokemon to play with these ginormous god Digimon.
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 of these things every single freaking Pokemon game.
Yeah.
Get them out of my Pokemon.
Are
I
they-
play with Heracross and Muck and Ekans and Alligator. Those are pocket monsters.
Yeah.
I don't want to play with this next gen Digimon I don't care.
Yeah. In the words of Jack, if everybody gets a legendary, does that make them actually legendary?
Thank you.
The
True.
sick legendary obsession is one thing that needs to go.
Yeah. Because I was like, y'all tried to explain it to me, and I'm like, no, I still feel like there's way too many legends. Like, way
Yes.
too many legends.
Get them out.
Because it took the allure away from a Mewtwo. It took the allure away from our Articunos, the Zapdoses, the Moltres. So when the dog showed up and then more birds showed up in the second gen, I'm like, but why? Like, and I I know they've
Well,
been
you-
around for a long time, but
Well, actually, you know the meme that shows like the guy like like happy and then like that was me in the second expansion of Sword Shield, because it's like, oh, we're getting the second expansion, 150 more Pokemon we're adding back into the decks, and half of them are legendaries, and also
Yeah.
here's some new broken bullshit Reggie Gigas. Here's Reggie Alecki with a 200 speed. And like it always critical hits Thunder move. It's like great, awesome.
and I
Can't
think
wait
what
to see how that. Awesome.
and I think what kills it too, you literally have a god Pokemon. Why is there anything else at that point for the legendaries? Like, this is essentially, he is the creator.
Yep.
You don't get more legendary than that. Like, the rest of them are just regular, and y'all think they're legendary because you rarely see them. Like, no.
That's funny you say that, because now that I think about it, it's funny how they set each of the legendaries up, right? So you got your Mew, you got your Mewtwo,
Yeah.
which those were legendary in themselves, and then you got the
Mhm.
3 bird Pokemon, but they never really had like a real background. So then they came out with the movie for Silver with Lugia, and it was like, oh, okay, so like when all 3 of them to get together, they're together to stop him, type of deal. Okay, that makes sense. And then he's got his own boys that are all the same similar type as the bird. Oh, okay, okay. But then you go into Ruby and Sapphire, and they're like, but we have these legendaries who created the earth and who created the water, and you're like, wait a minute.
All right.
And then you and then you get into the creator Pokemon, you're like, wait a minute. Are all these Pokemon doing the same thing? So like who?
And there's a way to make this work, and that is that these are all different regions, and these are all different legends, and their origin, like world creation stories for the different regions. But why do they have to clog up my damn Pokédex 8 games in? Why do they all have to come back? Keep them segmented, keep them sequestered into their own game. I should
Yeah.
never see Rayquaza. I should never see that asshole Rayquaza snake in Generation 9 mucking
And
up
Rayquaza on Fraud Watch.
Never. I should never have to see Suicune in Generation 5. They always show up, and it's like, oh, all the legendaries are back! Yay!
Cool.
And you know what's funny with that is like, hey, they're like, hey, we got all these legendaries, but guess what? You can't do. That's right, you can't take them to Battle Tower. Why? Because they can't make babies. And you're like,
What does that mean?
what does that have to do with anything? Can they make babies? Nah, you
Nope.
can't bring them in here. But Ditto can, because he make all the babies. All right. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Pokemon logic.
Boy.
Not even once.
But say all that to say that Pokemon ZA so far has been a fun game. Very enjoyable. I think with most of us on the panel, all of us on the panel, probably unanimous, we're gonna probably play more of this.
Oh, yeah. Still in the
Yep.
process right now. Yeah.
Yeah. So with that being said, our last topic of the night. Oh,
I said
oh.
come back. I didn't say skip.
Oh,
Hold it,
there
brother.
we go, there we go.
my bad.
You got a pocket.
Vito,
Yeah, yeah,
hold
yeah.
on. You
Got a
deserve.
pocket.
Hold on. You deserve you deserve one.
You need to get that other ad lib that be like Vito. That one. I need that one. I need
Okay,
Vito.
I got you. All right.
I need some growls and stuff. You know what I'm saying? When I get aggressive. Anyway, so jumping into this game, of course, I have the Switch 1 version. So, my graphical experience is going to be a little different. But one thing that for me, just like you, Sandstorm, it just feels like it looks good. Like it was like a cutscene that had like the nice like this blurred effect for the people in the background. And focused on I forgot that Pokemon's name.
Zyga.
What's the one that's like floating around with the
Oh,
flower or
Floette.
whatever?
Yeah, Floette.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she does that like powerful blast.
Hyper.
Yeah.
The equivalent of a hyper beam for her.
Crazy.
That pretty much was like a hyper beam, yeah.
That looked beautiful. Like just that whole scene, how it just came together. It looked amazing. I was like, dang, I wonder how that looks on the Switch too. So, just having that aspect coming into the game with the training and stuff like that, the tutorial stuff or whatever like that, it did kind of hype me up. Like, okay, yeah, this is probably gonna be something that I can definitely get into. Of course, I have my gripes about it, which is, okay, can't remember because I was about to fire it back up, but on Arceus, can you not jump or can you jump?
No,
You can't jump because
No,
you
you
need
can't
the you need the
That's Pokemon to do
You
it.
mean that
Yeah.
Pokemon?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Mhm.
And that's my gripe. To help you jump or do anything like that to climb up or whatever. I mean, you got the ladders around the city and stuff like that, but it would be nice to have a bike. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I
I
ain't
feel like
gonna lie.
I feel like we'll get an equivalent in this. That's based
Yeah,
off
probably,
nothing.
probably.
I'm just hoping.
Yeah, about to say I haven't
Definitely
like run into a
definitely.
riding
DLC.
Pokemon at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'll be surprised if we couldn't do that.
that's one thing that I'm kind of like, man, I hate just keep running. And of course, you can fast travel. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Especially when you go to the Poke centers and stuff like that. They got little like fast travel points, and even inside the wild zones and stuff like that, you can fast travel on that. So I mean, I love the fact that they do try to at least accommodate you for that. But you know, at the same time, I do want to. I'm a person that will probably like in Tears of the Kingdom. I am literally one of those ones that would literally just either ride a horse or whatever little gadget I create to, you know what I'm saying, ride and stuff like that. I'm not gonna run the whole time, you know what I'm saying? I need a little something, but I want to enjoy the scenery. So you know what I'm saying? That's what I kind of liked about Scarlet and Violet, was the fact that I can do that. But again, like they did. Here's the thing: if anybody came in this game thinking this was going to be open world, they literally told you. They literally told you during the whatever that was, the presentation.
the direct.
Yeah, the direct. That it was based in the world, and you
Yeah.
couldn't go outside.
Yeah.
Then on top of that, when you hit the map, it's a big old giant circle. And what in the world were you thinking you were going to go outside of that way? It doesn't have anything else extra outside of that.
Outside of that map.
You know what I'm saying? So, in a sense, that lets you know this is a situation where you stuck in this city. So get used to seeing the scenery like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and on top of that, you think about France, at least around Paris area, right? Like if anybody does geography or anything like that, if you look at that map, right, in real life, you look at that map and you see what's around Paris, it's other cities. There's no wilderness. There's no, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You gotta go
Yeah.
out.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So they literally colonized the
100%.
mess out of that area. You know what I'm saying? So that's what this is modeling. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of modeling that. It's supposed to be Paris. You know what I'm saying? Or a representation of Paris.
Yeah.
But Yeah, so I mean, if you were thinking it was gonna be something else that was kind of weird, shame on you. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
you'd be surprised.
No, that's a great
There's a
point.
lot of
because
them.
You're also right too that like even this is one of the old world cities that Lumio City is based on. They're massive, and on top of that, the stuff outside of those type of cities not that exciting either. It's a lot of farm. It's a lot
Yeah.
of farmland
Yeah.
to support this giant metropolis. So
Yep.
I mean, you can get outside, but if the world building was coherent to the real world, which Pokemon's pretty good at doing,
Mhm.
enjoy the farm, enjoy farm after farm after farm after farm.
Right, right.
Yep.
Yeah, so, but one thing that I do like about this, it's just funny that playing this right after I'm watching G Gundam.
Mm.
That's what this is kind of reminding me of. So like the ranking little system where you can go up rank battles and stuff like that.
Okay.
I see where you're going.
Huh.
It
Okay.
kind of reminds me of that. It kind of reminds me of how Street Fighter, the new Street Fighter, kind of is with rank battles and kind of, you know what I'm saying, like da. You got to do all these or you pretty much got to beat these many people to get to that person. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Type thing. And it's like I like that aspect of it. It gives me more of a challenge because I want to keep you know what I'm saying, I need a challenge to keep me going. And if you keep me going, my ADD won't go and keep me way somewhere where I'm like, or I get bored real easy or
Right.
something like that. So I definitely like that aspect of this game. There was another thing. I really hope, especially because I didn't get the DLC, that what was it, that Mega Evolution DLC or whatever?
Yeah.
$99 or whatever. I didn't get it. I think I want to wait to actually
Yeah, I'm
get
waiting.
any type of DLC. For
Same.
me, my purpose is
I'm waiting.
until I get the Switch 2. So
Okay.
I don't want to sit up here and just keep on investing more and more money on this game right here, because this was already ordered. Like, I already got it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Way before, whatever. So, you know what I mean? I pre-ordered it. And I was like, yeah, hey, look,
Right.
I'll do the upgrades and stuff like that when I get my Switch 2, but I don't think I'll do the DLC. But it'll be interesting to see what they add in there, if they're going to add anything in there that's going to be like something that we're talking about that they don't have, like something to ride on. Pause. So like that will be interesting to see. But as of right now, it's like Mega Evolutions from what I'm seeing or whatever.
Yeah.
Like different Pokemon and Mega Evolution. I really hope they have where if they do some type of outside the city, which I doubt it, I hope they don't. Please don't. Because I want this to literally like just kind of spit in those people's faces that thought this was going outside the city. And when they clearly told you. like I hate those videos, man. Those videos like get on my nerves, and I be in the comment section like, bro, did you watch it? I'm not even a Pokemon like hardcore fan, and I don't have too many Pokemon games, but I watched the direct, and it was clear as day. It's gonna be in the city. But
Well, but you see, man, you don't have a YouTube channel though that is entirely focused on being really, really invested financially and being
Yep.
really, really, really mad at everything that did.
Mhm.
Right.
Pretty much, man. Pretty much.
That's the thing. Like, yeah, I had my hilarity, but it was over what I felt were genuine problems and issues. Like, is Nintendo overshooting the market? I felt like they were for a while. That's what
Yeah.
that was about. But I look at these channels, some of them, and I gotta be honest with you. It's like, can we just have an actual good faith discussion
No.
on the pros and
Not
cons
on Twitter.com.
in comparison to others? And doesn't look like it. Not right now, at least.
Yeah, I mean, I think to add to that too, I'm curious to see if they chose Lumio City or try to go this route because of Scarlet and Violet. And here's where I'm going with it. So from the leaks, and I hate to bring them up, but from the leaks, this game was supposed to come out last year. So there was no intent, what it seems like, of it coming to the Switch 2. So you're going to make sure that you monitor your expectations to have this run properly on the Switch 1. We saw what Scarlet and Violet was the Switch 1. So
Yes.
there's no way they're going back down that avenue again of having this open world situation and have the game run the way that it did. So you confine it to the city, make sure that it runs a solid 30. Will it have some hiccups in here and there? For sure, but have it at a solid 30, and in that way you can have a nice fleshed out game. Because I think they were saying that they were supposed to go back to Johto, but if you got to go out in the open with Johto, so that means you cannot pull it with this one. So if they're gonna do Johto next, it's gonna be an exclusive. It's gonna be Switch 2 exclusive. So I can't, like, I love the Switch 1, but we saw what Scarlet and Violet was. So they can't do that again. They can't,
Well,
even though it sold, they can't do that again.
Well, that was part of the endless debates that me and OJ had, because I was clinging to my Switch too, man.
Yeah.
I'm just like, it's an optimization problem. Just optimize. And OJ's like, buddy, there's only so much they can optimize.
Yeah.
That hardware is like 12 years old. Actual chipset is like 12 years old, bro.
Yeah.
It's like there's only so much they can do for it. If you want new games, exciting games, they're gonna have to do something.
Yeah, they had to get more hardware. To me, that's what I think, solely because if there's so much that I think is not on the surface level of Pokemon that the Pokemon fans know is there, but they just don't pay it any attention anymore. So it's like, for example, we talked about how many Pokemon are actually in the freaking game. But then you talk about the movesets, the evolutions, the shinies, the male and female type. You talk about the environments themselves. We're at a point to where I think a lot of people forget we used to have to go into grass to start a fight. Like, they're out in the open.
Right.
Well, that's
Right.
a good point. Like, the games are deceptively large in terms of what's going on in the background. Deceptively large.
They got a lot going on. And that was where I forget the guy's name, but he became like real popular when he started doing like these breakdown videos of like Mario Kart World and all this other stuff. Like, he was breaking it all down. But he was talking about Pokemon and how, you know, he was talking about Scarlet and Violet. He was like, as much as people clown it, they're doing some advanced things within that game. But at the same time, it didn't flesh out well. I mean, you're not going to be able to do much. And you can see the night and day difference between Arceus to ZA now on the Switch 2 and how smooth it runs, along with, you know, how everything just flows. It's a beautiful city. Can you look through the windows and do you have reflections? No, you don't. But
Hey, yeah. No window reflections. You're right.
yeah, you have none. But I mean, for the city in itself and what it's presenting, is doing a freaking good job. And we would love to see that over the top Pokemon to where we're out in the wild and you seeing Pidgeys fly across like we're out in the real world, and Pikachu sitting there playing with other Pokemon and eating food. That's all cool. And then you go and disrupt it by throwing a Pokeball at them, but it's still something that, you know, looks cool. But ultimately, I think ultimately we'll see with this new engine that they have been taking their time and they can redeem themselves.
Maybe
Have
they're
any of
getting
y'all
us ready
knocked
for
out
that.
a Pokemon yet?
Have it knocked out a Pokemon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you was able to catch him, right?
Yeah.
While he was knocked out.
Yeah.
That is crazy. I love that because I
And-
hate it when they disappear.
Oh yeah,
after
once
knocking
they
them out.
faint, you fainted.
Yep.
Pew!
So you should at least sit there for a minute. But that's yet another quality of life thing that we did not have, to where it's like, it's not guaranteed that you'll catch them, but you have a better chance. So now you're looking at multiple ways of catching. You can sneak up, of course, having the different types of Pokeballs, because I didn't even realize how many different freaking Pokeballs there were. But there's different types of Pokeballs. Then on top of that, you can lower their health, and then also you have where you can now daze them and catch them that way. So there's so many different approaches you can take with this. It's insane. Because I remember in the beginning, it's either that Pokeball, Great Ball, Ultra Ball, or the Master.
Yeah.
Like now we got Nest Balls, Quick Balls, Timer Balls. It's a lot.
Yeah, heart
It's
ball. Yeah. What's still blowing my mind. Also, pause on this.
Y'all
Pause.
go.
Super pause on this is that there's still only one Master Ball, and yet there's a bunch of one Master Balls. Pause.
Jeez.
Like, hey, we can only give you one Master Ball because reasons, and you like.
Reasons.
I
But I
just
will-
got one from the. Does every region have
Wait,
just
wait.
one Master Ball?
One Master Ball for real?
Yeah.
Just about, yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Like that's the
Yeah.
only one they can create, or else.
Yeah.
Right. For reasons.
I mean, granted,
The Master Ball is that black and yellow one, right?
yeah.
With the big M on the front of it.
That
Oh,
first dude in the
yeah,
alley
yeah,
that
yeah.
battled you, or well,
Yeah,
he
his
battled
head was, like,
your
shaped like one.
yeah, his hair. He got the Ultra Ball face.
Actually, no, the black and yellow is the ultra.
Yeah.
that's
The
the
blue
ultra.
one, yeah, the blue one.
with the
Oh,
little
blue and red's
bubbles on the
great.
side of it.
Oh, okay, the blue one is okay. okay.
But isn't
Oh,
there
so-
like a
so-
dark
so-
blue for the master?
Yeah.
It's like purple.
Purplish?
like-
Yeah.
yeah.
So
yeah,
I mean,
purple with an M. It looks like. Yeah.
okay,
Is
yeah,
purple
yeah.
and red or is it purple?
It's
think
got
it's just
some
purple.
reddish ball, like
Purple and white, I think.
yeah,
I
purple
don't
and white, and then there's like pink or red circles on the top.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the
main
heal ball.
That'll tell
Damn,
you.
See, that's too much.
That'll tell you how many
It's not
times
even
you
all of
didn't
them, bro.
actually
Like,
use the
there's
Master
more.
Ball.
But I will say
Who is the
this:
Master Ball, bro?
when y'all do
Look
get
this
to
up.
that point in the game, there's gonna be a point and there's gonna be a side mission that's gonna send you to a museum in this game. You'll see it there. Like the museum is
Oh, that thing.
disgusting in this game. Like I went in there to do the mission, but I found myself staying in the museum and I was like, wow, I didn't even realize half of the stuff. That museum is fleshed out. I like it in this game.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So
Yeah,
the,
because
the,
again,
the
the
few,
Louvre in Paris, it's a great. Yeah, so that I was
Mhm.
hoping there would at least be some kind of museum, but that's
Mhm.
music to my ears, man.
so the few interior places like the hotel and stuff, they do put a good amount of detail in it.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, you have a reason to go in them.
Right. Super duper quality over quantity.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say one thing that they do very early is well, in most games, is show you where you're going to be taking your fossils to, and showing you the Museum of Natural Pokemonity.
Well, and I just found that freaking fossil museum because of side mission. Didn't even know it existed. So I went in there. They want a lot of scratch for some of
Oh,
the
boy, I
freaking stone, like for the mega evolve stones.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just got my Charizard, and I was like, okay, let me go get the Charizard stone. I was like, I ain't got the bread for that.
Right, that
Yeah.
part. All right. So before we get out of here, I'm gonna let Zoo pimp out his channel real quick. Let me put this music on pause real quick. All right, Zoo, you have the floor.
Oh yeah, so you can find me at Switch After Dark. That's my new project. You can also find me at Flipping the Switch. That's the old school channel where all the liquored up lives are. That's where all the raucous debates are. With we've had debates. I've had OJ on to debate a Switch hater. That was incredible.
Oh, that's fun. That sounds fun.
Yeah, that was yeah, we and also just a lot of conversations with people, just chill conversations. Now Switch After Dark is going to be the review content. I'm back to reviewing games. I got a couple of them up. Had another one. I was going to do Princess Peach Showtime before I got sick and have been in bed half the week. So yeah, that's where you can find me. So also I'm on Twitter, like I said, just being a shit.
Hey, Sandstorm, can you put his stuff in the chat?
Yes, please.
Yeah, I can. It's actually also in the description.
Okay.
So,
Oh,
Cool,
perfect.
cool.
so
All of you.
if you check out the description, you can get to his channel. And that way you guys can subscribe. Thank you so much, Zoo, for coming through. We really appreciate you. Not going to be the last time that you're on the channel.
Yeah,
Actually,
just- Yeah, holler. I'm pretty open most of the time. So
we actually got something that we do. This is I guess this is public. This is me publicly asking you, so you really can't say no. But we usually do a end of the year retrospect on the channel towards the end of the year, if you didn't know. And we have a bunch of guests on. This year we're looking to be bigger than what we had last year. Was last year Rob Ruler 2, or was that the prior year, Jack?
I think it was last year.
Okay. So we had Rob on, we had Nintendo Cisco, and
Mhm.
Mandy, I believe, was on as well. So
good people.
yeah,
Cool.
we're definitely looking to to add to those numbers. So you are more than welcome to jump in as well, sir.
To quote the Big Lebowski, well, to quote the other Lebowski, I'll be there, man. Big Lebowski's, yes.
All right. Thank you so much. We'll catch you later.
Peace, man.
Take care now.
Take it easy.
All right. And as for us, yeah. So I was gonna do this, but I'm actually gonna wait until our next video. We're at 2 hours. Should I? Y'all got anything to do? Okay.
I'm
Okay.
here.
All right. So it's been roughly 2 months, right? 3 months of owning Switch 2.
Yep, 4. Really?
It's been
Yeah.
4
4
months.
Mhm.
Yeah. How you guys feeling about the system so far? I've been seeing a lot of collective on people's thoughts and ideas on the Switch. I feel like a few weeks ago it was quote unquote buyer's remorse.
Mm-hmm.
Saw
Where are
a
people
whole
coming
lot of
from,
that.
man? Like, they just buying stuff off of hype or whatever, and then just
Some people do.
realizing,
Yeah,
People do.
man.
Yeah.
Oh, disposable income.
yeah. So how you feeling about the Switch so far?
I'll give my good first, because I do have some bad. But I will give good. How I'm feeling about it, I'm feeling amazing. Like I said before, that I'm not short on games by any means, whether it's Switch 2 games or me finding Switch 1 games that had issues on the Switch 1 that now play amazing on the 2. And I think a lot of people sleep on that because they get caught into the Twitter sphere of you just gotta buy new. If anything's older than 6 months, it's an old game. Like, you shouldn't touch it. So I don't subscribe to FOMO. So I'll get a game if it's 10 years old. If I haven't tried it, it looks cool and it runs great, then I'll go ahead and I'll get it. So I've loved the library. I love my Switch Pro controller. Like, this, it's been amazing. This is a flawless controller. Like, I love it. I'm a big controller head. The only thing that's close to it for me would have to be the Xbox controller. And the only reason why I don't put the DualSense up there is because I hate the stick placement. I do not like the sticks at the bottom. I can't stand it. So that's why I give it to the Xbox. But outside of that, the camera has gotten some use. With my sister, she has a Switch 2 as well. So that's been a plus. And then, like I said, I was able to find a third-party dock / capture card with AverMedia. So I can now I can capture footage either directly to my PC, or I can put an SD card in there and then capture it that way too. So it's gotten a lot of play, both handheld and dock. I would say more handheld than dock. But that's where my gripes come in. I don't know if it's the companies not having the ability to do it or what. The accessories are kind of slim. I have the Savage Raven Neo grip that they released, and it was cool, but they have like this little locking mechanism to where like it keeps it on there, and it locks. But if you put any type of force, like to move your hands around, that lock will come up out of there, and the little nub in there to lock it will pop out too. So even with me reaching out to them, sending them pictures, they're like, okay, we'll send you a replacement. I'm thinking I'm getting a replacement grip. They just sent me the replacement locks, and lo and behold, not only did they show up, they showed up with the piece out already. So I was like, okay, that was a waste of my time.
Wait,
So-
what?
So I haven't tried the Satisfy Grip 2. I had it for my Switch Lite, which was awesome. But I also haven't tried D-Brand either. So I would like to see some different options accessory wise with these for the handheld mode. Because while it is somewhat comfortable for a short amount of time, without the grips, I like the grips a lot better. The Joy-Con with the mouse motion, I need a solid accessory for that. So I've been playing some games with it, and it's not a longevity thing. Like for me, I can't go past, I say like an hour with it, because now my wrist starts cramping up. So I need like a solid hour. I'm not doing the third party like 3D print ones. Like I'm not. Like, y'all not
Yeah,
getting bread.
I'm skipping
doing
on those too. I'm waiting for an official third-party one.
Me
to
too.
Showcase it. Yeah.
So I would like to see an official one come through in regards to that. But outside of that, memory wise, I'm straight. Heat dissipation within like holding it, I'm good. You know, I got my screen protector on there. Everything's been solid. I'm trying to think if I've run into any other issues. Not really. I think may have had 1 or 2 crashes, and I think like the first crash was with what game was I playing? I forget what game I was playing. I know the second one was Galaxy 2. Like it just randomly crashed on me. But outside of that, it's been solid. The only real like nitpick gripe I would have is this you know, late port situation, or the game's coming out later, and I know that comes with time. So like for example, I was ready to get Crossworlds, but the Switch 2 version won't be out until later on this year. The game, like me and the fam, we were ready to get Lego Party because I mean that game looks fantastic. Like Lego Party looks amazing, but didn't find out that the Switch 2 version isn't coming until later on, until like the game release. I know that. I think, who is it right now? I don't even want to touch. What game was it? It just dropped and it was on my freaking radar. Dang, I'm blanking. I'll bring it back up if I remember it. But it's running at 30, and they were like, "Oh, we might think about looking into it for a 60." And I'm like, okay, so we're in that early stage to where developers are still kind of putting their toe in the water instead of like fully jumping in.
Was it Yuka Replay?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think they're gonna get a 60 frames per second mode in.
I don't know why you wouldn't, because it was like,
yeah,
I get it. They got their dev kits late, but it's like, go ahead and do it. You already did the whole good faith thing where anybody that owns the original, they got a percentage off. So I can get the game for $20 because I own the original game.
Right. Yeah.
So I have that one, and I also have Impossible Lair. So I've invested into the franchise. Like, it's just, I would like for them to say, all right, cool, we're gonna do it, because I'm not gonna go and drop the money on the game, beat the game, and then you like, oh, here's a 60 frames. I'm not going back.
Yeah,
and
that's why I'm waiting. I mean, I backed the first Yooka-Laylee as well. My name's in credit somewhere. So it's just like, yeah, like, because they did that whole big post on Twitter the other week about it, and I was like, where's the video? And I watched it, and I was like, this doesn't look bad, but at the same time, since you're dropping the naming, we're looking into 60 frames.
Yep.
I'm just gonna wait. That's
But
it.
hold off. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they've done like, I saw Switch Up when they did one of their all patched up videos. They did do a patch to no 60 frames yet, of course, but they did improve some of the visual clarity of it so far. So I mean,
Yeah.
they're working on it. So I'm gonna just kick back. There's no shortage, like you said, there's no shortage of games to play or anything.
Not even close.
Pokemon's literally right here running in my OBS. So it's just like, more than happy to wait. So
Yeah, I could be recording
Yeah.
footage, huh?
well, I'm not recording. I just have it like.
No, I'm just saying I
running in the
could
preview.
be, because I haven't
Yeah.
recorded any. But I
I
could
am
be
gonna
recording
record
right
some soon, cause yeah. But anyway, yeah. Hopefully, they do get it sooner than later though for that 60 frames. I'm with you.
Yep.
With that.
now.
Yeah. Well, no, go ahead, Geronimo. I'll let you go next.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah. Overall, it's mostly gonna echo with you know, the positives of what like Jack said. You know, the console's been great. Probably the best for new release console like hardware build Nintendo's done like ever. I think I would say outside. I'm gonna nitpick and say like, I don't know, like Game Boy, but even then the Game Boy Color and Pocket were like better in my opinion. But yeah, overall, yeah, build quality's been great. You know, Joy-Cons have been holding up well. I mean, I don't know if there's any legitimate report to this, or you know, people claiming that they're having drift or not, but it's been rock solid for me. It's only been 4 months. Battery life has been, you know, it's serviceable, but understanding the capability of the machine right now, that's about to be expected.
Yeah.
You know, for most of the major games, 2 hours on like medium brightness, things like that, it's probably a good expectation. Don't be too far away from your charger or a battery bank if you got it like that. Yeah, I mean, just been playing a good deal of my games. You know, Mario Kart World's still great. Donkey Kong Bonanza was great. We already talked about Pokemon. I'm not going to repeat all of that again. But like some of the improvements in other games, Splatoon 3, 60 frames. I jumped into that because somebody commented on my recent video about the 8BitDo Ultimate 2 controller, asking, oh, does this one have gyro? And I'm like, it does, but I know why you're asking that, and I'll probably capitalize on that in the video in the near future. But honestly, my only gripes, and I've kind of had to think about it really. I've only really had two gripes so far, and it's more so software than hardware. It's something that Nintendo can fix if they, want to look into it. Well, not fix, but like change. The video capture feature.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I mean, okay, I get it. I think I know why they kept it at the 30 frame lock in like 30 seconds or whatever. But at least give us some more options for it, man. Like give us like a 60-second option, because I'm a person I love capturing footage. I'm probably gonna by the time I finish Pokemon Legends ZA, I'm probably gonna I might hit the cap for the videos recorded.
Really?
Yeah, cause I read it. I think the cap for it is like 1,000 or so, and then screenshots are like 10,000, some crazy high number now. Like I'm not worried about screenshots, but video capture is where I get concerned about. Sometimes I do wish they would allow us to also have 60 frames for it as well as an option.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it works just like PlayStation's app. Like as long as you're connected to the internet, when you do your screenshots or videos, it's going to automatically sync up to your app, and you'll be able to download it there and then post to wherever you see fit, or even upload it to YouTube from your phone, if so be it. And the other thing, which I don't really see many people talking about, honestly, it's a really minor thing, so that's probably why. But when you go into the eShop, the eShop has a section where it's like recommend games or something like that.
Yeah.
The only thing about the game recommendation stuff is, I think some of it's kind of based off like how the trending used to work on Switch 1, where you would have the trending menu when you're in your friend settings, and you can see what everyone's been playing, how many people are playing X game, Y game, and then from there you can see the play activity for like the hours and stuff like that. I'm not really sure why they've kind of kept the play activity in this like there's like a limit so you can see it on your profile, and then it's done in like I think it's done in like single hour increments, but once you get to a certain, I think after 10, I think it goes up by 5 or so. I don't know why it's like that, but I feel like the recommendation stuff can be improved, because like it's cool to show, hey, this person's been playing it, but it's like, okay, by how long, or like things like that. Like I think they could do more to that to improve its functionality, because it's not like a bad idea. I think it's just really, really bare bones right now. Overall. I'm trying to think of anything else. I think those are really the two things, honestly, for just in my experience. Everything else has been great, really, like build quality, the power, performance, the image quality. I mean, I wear glasses, so the screen doesn't I'm not like zooming in looking, see, the blur is right there. There's the blur. Like I think it's just based on the game, really, and how they got the game running and everything, depending on how the blur or whatever ghosting people talk about a couple months ago. Digital found you the video. Suddenly everyone's like, yeah, you're right. When you zoom in 10 times, it doesn't look good. So
if they never said anything, you wouldn't have known.
Right. Exactly. So it's just like it's been good for me. Obviously, whenever we get the screen upgrade in X amount of years, that'll be fantastic. I'm not rushing to get that. There's way more important things to deal with than trying to clamor for an OLED Switch 2 or anything like that. But I digress. Overall, so far so good, really good. Software line's been great. Third-party stuff has been, pretty good overall. Some, like, I think the sports ones, outside of like WWE, because they had Shiver come through and kind of do the port for them, and it's really smooth. They're solid, but I feel like next year they can probably, hopefully get more 60 frames on those games, unless they're just spooked by like a tablet machine running off battery, and they're not sure how to optimize the TDP or something.
And the Steam Deck does it; they'll be fine.
Exactly. That's kind of what I think. If I look at the Steam Deck and I'm like, for the few things there, they can figure it out. They just XYZ reason. I don't know if it's the whole they got the dev kits late, because there's no real names showing who's saying that. So I kind of just push it aside and kind of disregard it for now. But otherwise, again, it's been good. It's been really good. I don't really have many other legitimate complaints. I'm not like saying like, man, why did I spend $500 or anything like that? Like it's clearly replaced the Switch 1. Only time I turn on the Switch 1 is just to check a couple of other games, like Legends ZA, and that's pretty much it.
Okay. For me, um, let's see. There's a lot more versatility in the system than I thought there was. I think I've already talked about some stories that I've experienced being a passenger for the first time on a in the car instead of having
Still
to
haven't
drive the
experienced
car.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, me
it's
either,
wild.
yeah.
And just being able to plug in my phone for it to be charged while using the Switch 2 as like the charger, and then plugging the bottom side into a power port. So essentially, instead of using two different power ports, I'm just feeding one off of the other.
Like a pass through.
Yeah. And it works. It works really well. I tried to use the camera from my phone to try and work for the Switch. That wasn't a thing. Which I understand, because I feel like both of those, between Nintendo and Apple, it's like both of them firewall and like their systems pretty
Yeah.
hard. So I figured it wasn't gonna happen, but wishful thinking. But as far as the hardware goes, I love the hardware. It definitely feels like premium quality. It's for my kids. The experience for my kids is I see them using it a lot more than anything else. That includes the PlayStation, right?
That's awesome.
And it gets to be the point where it's like, well, whose time frame is it this time? Who's got the time to be able to play it right now versus who plays it, in a few hours. The games have been fun. I'm gonna say that, so it's a gripe, but I feel like this gripe is not justified by me, but I can understand the gripe coming from other people.
Okay.
So my gripe is that we don't have all the third-party games that are coming out now. I already know and understand that a lot of these people don't have dev kits, and
Right.
two, the system just came out anyway, so it's not to say that they won't get the games, they just may get them later, which is fine with me. I feel like that's why I said it's not a real gripe for me, because like I already have too many things to play. But I do understand the gripe in itself. For certain games, that does leave me room to be able to play different games that I really like to play. Surprising, we finally got one of Jack's favorite Donkey Kong came back in full flesh.
Man, full power. It's awesome to see.
In a great game. We did actually get Cyberpunk. I feel like that was rumored heavily when we first even talked about the Switch 2. It was like Cyberpunk, and so many people were like, nah, Cyberpunk definitely ain't coming.
We allow that happening.
I was just gonna say,
wrong for years, bro. Like you're gonna be like, there's no way, and it appears, and it's like, well, it's gonna be 30 frames. Who cares? It's like, all right, man, just be quiet forever.
We got that new trend of it can't happen. There's no way it can happen. And then it shows up, and they're like, yeah, but it's only 30 frames. That's unplayable. And then like it looks good and it dominates in the sales part. So the one thing I will say, gripe number 2, is actually with the specifics, not in a general term. Is and I've talked about this, 2K. All they had to do was give me closed physics.
That was the surprising thing, honestly. Like 30 frames, whatever. Give
whatever.
260 next year.
Yeah.
When I saw,
there was no excuse.
There was none.
None.
No.
Yeah.
No excuse in my book for you not to be able to have closed physics. And I don't care what kind of scientific, you can be Shadow at this point, and give me an excuse as to why closed physics weren't coming. But I will come back with the answer of they did it for the 360, for the PS3, for the PS4, for the Xbox, and the new series. There's no excuse.
Yeah,
There's no
I
excuse
agree.
at this point.
I agree.
I'm with you with that.
So it's not so it's easily not it's a system issue. That's what it is. It's a we have a problem with the system, so we're not going to do everything issue. So I do have a gripe with that. Now, game key cards, I could care less. They still do what they need to do for me, so I'm okay with that.
Yep.
I do have a big gripe with how many haters have come out on Switch 2. I think that's wild that it has spawned so many and so heavily. And it's not even real hate. I think that's the biggest problem. It's like it's not even real justified hate. Now, if you're an angry vigilante, shout outs to angry vigilante. There's things that he has problems with the system and whatever, and we talk about them. We talk about them all the time. We go back and forth about them. And I feel like some of his stuff is like personal and understandable, but like when you have like fake hate, like Vito said earlier, when they're like, oh, we can't go out, we can't go outside of Lumio City. That's fake hate. Like,
Yeah.
you already knew about that.
Ahead of time.
They told us that not really.
Voice acting the same way. You knew they weren't going to have voice acting in this game, so why'd you pick it up?
Yeah. So it's those kind of things that's like really kind of generating the views and all that stuff. But I think it's stupid. Like Square said, Switch 2 is trash and you bought it anyway. I think it's dumb. I've seen so many people being like, oh, worst investment ever.
That'd be a good clickbait YouTube video.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Yeah, maybe we'll use that for our next one.
I'll let you have that one for sure. That's not the videos.
I'm not fooling around in that.
Nah, I don't want comments to be on fire.
Yeah, well, see, they gotta watch the video because they know it's not gonna be that way. But I think it's just I think overall I'm having a lot of fun with the system. I'm enjoying it. The fact that we got 120 frames and we're about to see that in Metroid, wild. That was a conversation.
Oh, man, I can't wait.
That was a conversation I had with Vigil. Was like, it's crazy because we were talking about the graphics of Metroid, and he felt like the trailer did a huge disservice, and I was like, well, the trailer was but more importantly,
I still don't understand that take, but continue.
Hold on, which trailer?
The bike trailer.
I still understand people's gripe with that trailer, man.
Yeah,
they gotta be more open-minded, man. If we want to have Metroid be out here and grow, gotta be more open-minded.
Yeah, but so I was just thinking, like, as far as graphics and stuff like that, like, that game is in Retro's hands, and like Retro has been on point for every Metroid game. Like, that is the showcase for a system. And in this case, it's a showcase for two systems. Unfortunately, or fortunately, how you want to take it. It will be, in my opinion, probably the best looking Switch game that comes out for that whole system. And on the flip side, I think it's going to be a great showcase for the Switch 2. But it was crazy to think about, as far as first-person shooters at 120 frames per second. Metroid is going to be the first game, and besides Metroid Dread will be our first like full experience of a full HD Metroid experience in a first person shooter. So
right.
And I'm not even talking about remakes or remasters. Like this is
ground up for that hardware.
Ground up, yeah. So I think that's going to be really awesome. I'm really excited to to see what that game is like, and I'm also excited to see what Switch 2 is going to be like next year when we get Dust Bloods and all these other games. Now, Dust
Yeah,
Bloods is,
Dust Bloods.
if you don't know, now you know. When Dust Bloods starts getting shown off more, expect a lot of hate to come around.
Oh yeah, for
Expect
sure.
A lot of hate.
Yeah.
Oh, it's only multiplayer only, but guess what though? We've got what's the new Switch experience now with multiplayer?
Game
The
share.
game share.
Game share. Yeah,
Boom.
we got game share now. So
That's
it's
all they
gonna
have
be
to say,
better.
really. Game
Yeah.
share. And then
But my thing is, it's
suddenly,
like people always ask for multiplayer in games anyway. So what's the problem?
Right.
it's not
They
on my
wanted-
box.
They wanted Bloodborne to be the multiplayer game.
True. True.
So yeah. But anyway, yeah. So I'm very optimistic about it. I have very minor gripes about the system. It doesn't blow loud for me. Pause. It's just a good it's just an overall good system and great handheld. So my biggest gripe actually, and I don't know if this is more so on my TV side or if it's actually the system side.
Mhm.
I'm at the point where I'm kind of tired of continuously adjusting these HDR settings, especially for my TV, because on one setting for a game, it'll be fine, and then the next one I'll be like, oh, it's a little too much. So I gotta go back into the settings and turn it down. And then in some games, I'm like, yo, this game is not looking the way it looks or it's supposed to look at all. So then I got to go into my TV settings, move the TV settings around before I move into the HDR settings on this. And I'm like, I feel like I'm on a PC at this point. I feel like I'm messing with PC type stuff.
I'm glad
But
I haven't had to adjust it.
I've
I just
only
leave
really
it where
had
it's
to do
at.
that for like for one game,
mhm.
and it was for Fast Fusion.
Mhm.
Especially when you like record or take screenshots with the Switch itself, the Switch
Mhm.
2 itself. Like the color it's like the brightness gets too bright and the colors
Yeah.
get a bit washed out. So usually when I play that and I'm like, well, if I'm like not hooked up to my PC and I have OBS running or something and I want to record something like that, I have to turn HDR. I personally just turn HDR off.
Yeah.
And if I record like I'm just doing like I think the last thing I'm doing in that game, I play it sparingly. But I'm just 100%ing the hero mode. I do a couple races every now and then. But I get like a really good like finish. I want to get a screenshot or a recording. But if it's all bright and the colors are blown out of proportion, then it's like, yeah, this look good.
Yeah, that's how I felt about Donkey Kong. Like
Yeah.
first
Really?
putting that in, I was like, "Ooh, this is super saturated."
Oh, really?
Like I gotta do some adjustments with this. But after the adjustments, they were fine. But what's crazy is because that game, at least for so I have two LGs. At least for the LGs, when I adjusted them for that game and went back to Cyberpunk, I was like, "Oh, there's next to no color in this game. I need to turn up some of the color on there." So it's just minor stuff. But overall, it's still a very, very enjoyable game. Enjoyable system. I have yet to turn the controller sideways to play that way, so I don't know how that works or how it goes. But we've got 8BitO here plus the old Pro controller. At some point in time, I'll get the new Pro controller, but it's just I think the system's overall solid. And when I don't want to play any Switch 2 games, I still got my backlog in regular Switch games. So
Yep.
I think overall the system has been a joy and has been really good. Definitely love playing it. Shout outs to Zoo, man, for coming through. Really appreciate it. Jay Biggs put his channel in the comment section, so definitely make sure you go over there and add his channel. Greatly appreciate it. I'll even throw it up here so you guys can grab it. With that being said, that is going to do it for the show. Vito had to bounce out real quick, so I will do his spiel, which I believe is Vitoverse this Friday. So, with that being said, Geronimo, what you got up for us?
Man, oh man, just glad to be here as always. So I think I'm gonna be becoming a controller enthusiast YouTube channel for a while. With a sprinkle, no, it's because of you know, of course, Ultimate 2 control, the Ultimate 2 8-bit controller has been fantastic. A nice little upgrade from the Ultimate 1. Figured out how to wake up the Switch 2 with it, which is great. A bit late to it, but that's okay. Late but still great. And since J-Biggs was commenting in the chat earlier, I think I'm gonna do some more videos on how to fully utilize its best features and stuff like that. I'm still gonna do another video about the where did I put it? Oh well, the Gully Kit controller. It's back there. It's back there.
Okay.
My impressions on it. I think I'm gonna do like a 2 months impressions. There are some good things. We'll talk about it. And I think
Some other
like
things.
yeah. Like I think it's $30 for a reason. But and then I'm probably gonna record some footage of Pokemon Legends EA and might throw together like an impressions video, kind of a bit more in depth what we talked about here today. I just want to get a bit farther and get more into the systems and Mega Evolution stuff before I kind of put my thoughts out. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Just still road to 1,000 subscribers, slowly but steadily getting there.
Okay, all right. Jack, what about you? What you got up?
So the music is kind of wrapping up at this point. I think we got another video dropping this Thursday. So we yeah, I mean, we have fun. It's kind of going through doing this and gearing up for 1,000 Stars album next month. As far as the gaming channel is concerned, like I said, I gotta start recording. Honestly, I think what will work best for me is just go and get me an SD card and just record, because honestly I'm here at the computer now, but I'm not thinking about pulling up Streamlabs and do the record. I sometimes I just don't want to go through the headache of doing all that. So I was like, if I just put on the SD card, pop that bad boy in there, drag it over, call it a day, and that way I'm good. So I'll definitely get some footage out of Legends EA. I want to put out some footage of Pac-Man, as well as like some Mario Kart World races, and then also relayers, because like I said, there's so many games that people really are not talking about because they're not the popular games. I really want to see people's reactions to these games that are out there, and they're priced properly to me. Like, they're not priced wrong at all. But that one game that I did want to mention, I think it was like Machina something, and I have to find it again, but I was supposed to look at it while we were here on the Doggone Show, but I'll probably put it in the chat or put it on my Twitter page. But yeah, it's another one that a lot of people said it's a hidden gem, but it takes a lot of time solely because there's this intricate evolution and like RPG, as well as like setting up your character system, that I guess it goes like very deep. So I definitely want to put that on the radar, because it did look like a great game, and just kind of see if, you know, other people have even entertained it, or, you know, if it's something that I need to get into myself. But other than that, man, just stay on the lookout for everybody's channel here. Thank you guys for coming through. As always, Sandstorm Brother, appreciate you for having me on. So definitely looking forward to many more moving from today.
All right. And you know how we do here. Every Saturday at 7 o'clock is the Sandstorm Show. Then tomorrow we have the Winging It podcast, also at 7 o'clock. Make sure you guys come on through and definitely check that out. Monday is the Jill podcast, the Juices Loose podcast, where I join Terminator Juice, Ms. T, Trinell, Robert, and everybody else. retro, and sometimes Clock It, and talk about gaming in the most silliest of ways. So make sure to show up for that as well, because that is at 7 o'clock too. And then this week coming up, I believe, is a Vitoverse, which is Vito's channel. So if you haven't subscribed to that channel, make sure you do so. Other than that, make sure you hit the like button. I'm sure one of the moderators set it up at the top, but we greatly appreciate it. It helps us and lets us know that we are doing a great job. Other than that, thank you guys so much. We will see you